lights will be on, and we are ready to fire up the mics and bring it all to you. It's game night in Central Texas, and it's all right here on KMAX Sports.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
The Westwood Warriors rebounded from some tough times in 2017. A well-balanced team worked hard and went back to the UIL state playoffs. The good guys kept digging and improved every week. Fast forward to August 2018, a new season. The hard work has continued with strong veteran leaders back and some new shiny pieces in place as the Warriors look to continue the march to greatness. It's Friday Night Lights time in Texas, and Week 1, Westwood Warrior football starts right now. We welcome you to Georgetown ISD Stadium, Birkelback Field, on the campus of Georgetown High School, as the 2018 season for your Westwood Warriors gets ready to commence right here tonight after a long wait, after a long winter, hot summer season. We're ready to go at it again. Westwood Warrior Sports Network on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. We welcome you in. Rodney Rodriguez with you. Dr. Sankow twisting and tweaking the knobs tonight, making sure everything sounds just the way we want it to sound for you tonight as we welcome you in on our brand new platform. And also joining us tonight, Stephen Kabler in on the broadcast, as he will be working with us here hopefully all season, but he will start here with this Eastview game. He may work with us tonight and decide that he doesn't want to come back, but we'll see how that all works out. But we do welcome you in. We want to hear from you throughout the broadcast tonight. You can catch us via email. The email box is opened up at www.sportsnetwork@gmail.com. Let us know where you are listening from, who you're listening for, or just a good old hashtag GoWood as we get ready to go. And Stephen, we'll start with you. Welcome to the broadcast, man, and Texas high school football. You're familiar with it. You're from here, but you'll get a good taste of it right here with this stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's a very rich tradition here in this state. I grew up just south of Austin there in good old Wimberley, Texas.
Absolutely.
Really enjoyed, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a fandom. It's a lifestyle here in this state. So I'm really excited to be a part of this, getting to kick off this great tradition that we love so much here in the state of Texas.
Absolutely. And of course, Dr. Sankow, as we said, twisting, tweaking those knobs. Dr. Sang, man, it's good to have you back for what is this, season number 4?
I believe it is 4.
Season number 4 back.
4, voice 2, but 4 in the back.
There you go. Absolutely. On the road here at Georgetown ISD, as we said, Birkelback Field. This one of those nice stadiums, just great views here from the press box. State-of-the-art stuff what Georgetown ISD has done here. And this matchup here tonight, Eastview comes in. They've gone to 5A. We had our biannual realignment that we see every 2 years from the UIL. They're now District 13, 5A, Division 2, 5A now split up into Division 1, Division 2 before the season starts, so you kind of know your fate. Eastview with their district, they're in a district with different ISDs. It's quite the makeup, but as we talked about, Stephen, they've been in 6A schools, so they're jumping into this, a very formidable opponent here tonight for Westwood.
Yeah, you really got to take a look at it. I mean, jumping from 6A to 5A, they've got a lot of talent to pull from. A lot of talented kids over there on that roster, and so we'll see. It should be shape up to be a very, very good game for us here this evening.
Absolutely, and of course your Westwood Warriors. What a heartbreaking loss to that season last year, into the playoffs for the first time in about 3 years. Westwood back in a round 1 opponent in the bi-district round with San Marcos. What a heartbreaker that was back in November, but all of that is old news. Kids have graduated, and as we said in the intro there, you've got some new faces, but you got a lot of familiar ones as well. And we're going to get ready. We have an extended chat with the Chief. We'll have that every week right here before our broadcast. Those are always presented by the Westwood Warrior Football Booster Club, warriorsports.org, the official website of Westwood Athletics. They present our chat with the Chief. We were in the coach's office a little bit earlier this week to talk to head coach Anthony Wood. We'll bring you that now. Westwood Warriors Sports Network pregame show continues. It is the start of a brand new season. So with the start of a brand new season, it brings a whole new lineup of chatting with the Chiefs. Head coach Anthony Wood, and we are actually in the coach's office here for the first one. Probably do these right before game time as we progress into the season. And morning, coach. It's most people will hear this on Friday, but here we are at it again. The last time, let's quickly look back just a second, because we didn't get to talk about it. But man, what a track meet that was with San Marcos. That was a heck of a ball game several months back.
Yes, it was. It was an exciting ball game. Unfortunate, it didn't turn out our way, but our kids prepared hard. We expected to win, and just didn't happen. Came down to a few critical plays there at the end. Just couldn't pull it through, and unfortunately, when the clock ended, it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, that was a rough one, but quite the way to end the season. Before we dig into some other stuff, Coach, we'll talk a little X's and O's and all that good stuff here in just a little bit. But something that actually you have been ahead of the game with, safety, hugely important, and that's this game has changed, and with it, the athletes have changed. They're quicker, they're faster, they're stronger. The tackling certification program, if we can touch on that, and again, you've been ahead of the curve. You got that done right away. But your thoughts on that and just the safety factor now involved with Texas high school sports?
I think being proactive is always the key to being safe, being right, making sure that you're doing everything possible to keep our players as safe as possible. And really what we're trying to do is just as nice as these helmets are getting, and the nicer they get, the pricier they get.
Sure.
But the nicer they get, the more kids seem to feel safer in them. Mm-hmm. Well, the helmet, what we can't stress enough is the helmet is there for protection. It's not used as a weapon.
Right.
And that's the thing that we have to focus on and preach so much about, because it's kind of like if you're driving a tank and you go up against a little Toyota, well, you think the tank's going to win.
Sure.
Well, could win if it runs it right over, but can't win if it's in a race.
Yeah.
And so we just have to make sure, and that's what I like doing. I want to make sure that I have all the tools necessary to make sure our players are as safe as possible.
And that's super important, because that is it goes without saying, wins and losses and playoffs and all of that, that's great. But I've heard it from you, and I've heard it from several other guys such as yourself and ladies that coach that I respect tremendously. You're molding these kids for their future.
That's it.
And you guys do a great job of doing that. Coach, changes within the program. Obviously, we'll talk personnel here in just a little bit, and your Warriors. But within your staff, within any of that, anything that we want to enlighten the folks as we get started here again?
No, not really. We've added 4 new coaches to our staff. Incredible men. Coach Hackard comes from Connolly, been working there, brings some great knowledge and defensive line play, and so we're very happy to have him. Coach Hughes comes from Arkansas State, works with our tight ends, brings some wealth of knowledge with him from one of the best offenses in the country, with Coach Anderson and Arkansas State over there. They're pretty creative and think outside the box, and so it was a big deal to get him on our staff. So I'm really fired up to have him. And then I've got two young coaches that come from an educational background. That graduated, had been part of their university's programs as assistants, just student assistants, making sure that they had kept up with the game with Coach Thornburg and Coach Beatty. Beatty comes from Texas A&M, and Coach Thornburg comes from Tarleton State. So having those two guys, just some youth on your staff. I mean, you're talking, the difference between, 25 years. I've got young guys that are 22 and 23 with older coaches, and so it's great to get their perspective and make sure that, some of the things that I thought I knew, he brings a different perspective, and making sure that we keep building those relationships with our players. It's great to have young guys on the staff just to kind of let us know, hey, Coach, this is what's in. This is what these kids are doing. Why? Because, hell, they're pretty close to their age.
The involvement.
Right. So I think it's always great to have a youth on your staff. that can and keeps us having fun too.
Yeah.
We always got someone to pick on, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely.
No, those guys are great, and I tell you, the great thing about them is they've come in and they've made our staff better. They've just made our staff better. Just the inexperience now with our older coaches having to coach them, it's fun to watch. And so and building relationships with guys like that, it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That is great to hear. So every couple of years, the UIL, University Interscholastic League, puts everybody in the hopper and spits out the new alignment. For the most part, Westwood, we have our usual contenders, we have our usual foes and friends and so forth. 9-team district now. It's going to change it up a little bit. Your thoughts on some of the new folks that we have? We've got Vandergrift coming in and Leander. This is one heck of a district we got in 6A football.
I don't like them. I don't like them, and I want them to go back to where they came from. I like my little 16 district.
I hear you.
No, I tell you what, coming into a 9-team district makes it tough.
Sure.
I mean, there's not a lot of margin of error. There's 4 spots. That means you're going to have 4 teams happy, 5 teams not so happy. And those 5 teams that aren't so happy, there's a great chance in about probably 30 other districts that they'd make the playoffs.
Right.
And so, but that's the hand we're dealt. So we can sit here and complain about it. We can, face the challenge head on, and we chose to face it head on. But the great thing about adding those schools, we've got some great head coaches.
Yeah.
With Drew Sanders, with Rodney Vincent, with Tim Smith over at Leander, bringing those guys into the picture. Just another set of great young or great men that are molding kids, and so and it's always great. Other than just playing them once a year, you get to build relationships where you can throw ideas off different guys and see how they do certain things. So I enjoy building new friendships with new head coaches, and having those 3 guys in the district, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It does give that rivalry feel. Everybody's somewhat close, and not too bad at all. Quickly, Coach, your team, we talked about that San Marcos playoff game. A lot of guys graduated. You've got your thoughts here. You've got new faces and new places, and your thoughts on the progression as we get here, getting ready for game 1.
Each year in high school football, you're always going to get a new crew. It never really stays the same. You'd like to say every year you're reloading rather than rebuilding, and so I don't believe in a rebuilding phase, because you only have them for 4 years. There's no rebuilding.
No recruiting.
You just reload. And so you put guys in positions you feel that are going to be successful. And our job as coaches is to make sure that we don't ask kids to do things that they cannot do.
For sure.
So if we can't throw the ball, well, then we're not going to throw it. We better find some other way to score points. If we can throw it, well, we better find guys that can catch it.
For sure.
And so, and we've got to develop those kids along the way. And so that's why we play 2 freshman football games, we play 2 JV football games, and we play 1 varsity football game, so we can build those guys into becoming great football players. And when it's their time, now they're ready to go. The hardest thing, though, is to know how they're going to respond during that first game. So the fear of the unknown that they're facing this week is they think they know, but they don't really know.
Right.
And so some guys will have just an abundance of confidence that nothing will faze them, and then all of a sudden you get out there and they go, what have I just gotten myself into?
Those lights are bright. Those lights are bright.
So it is. It's the fear of the unknown, but it's the excitement of the unknown also that drives them. And so I'm looking forward to seeing. We've got right now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 young kids on offense that are going to play, and going to make a big impact. And then defensively, we've got 1 young kid, a sophomore. We really have 2 sophomores, but one of them will make a big impact. And then we've got quite a few juniors on defense. So fresh faces, and what I hope to believe, better results. And as much as you love the last group that we had, you always continue to strive to want to get better and better each year. It's kind of like you want to increase and improve every year. You never want to stay the same. And so as I look to this group, I hope that the sky's the limit for this group.
Yeah, and you get them young, and you guys have developed players for so long. You know, we can go down the list of folks. We even have a new kicker. I mean, it's been the list of kickers just continues to grow. But a new crew, and we'll watch that continue to progress. Quickly, Coach, game one, Eastview. They are in 5A, but they were in that gauntlet of a district last year. They've known nothing but tough competition since their inception. Your thoughts on the Eastview Patriots for game one?
Athletic, fast, well coached. In fact, one of my former players is their offensive coordinator.
Really?
Yes, and so
you've been doing this too long.
I know. I've been doing it a long time, but he's their offensive coordinator, and you know, hopefully I didn't teach him too well.
That's right.
And no, he's a great young man. His name's Andy McLean. He just was an incredible kid to coach, and I've enjoyed our relationship over the past years. Very intelligent young man that I think is going to make a great head coach one day. But you know, I do believe in week one games are lost; they're not won, and so it's going to be the teams that aren't prepared special teams wise. It's going to be the teams that turn the ball over, that make the silly penalty mistakes, and really it boils down to who can execute what it is you're asking them to do, or did we ask them to do too much? And so I do believe in week one that games are lost, they're not won. But hopefully, as the game comes down to the wire, our kids have been prepared to this point to where we're able to do things the way we expect them to do them.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, it's great to be back in the saddle again. I mean, I know I'm excited. I know our crew's excited. I can only imagine how you and your team and your coaches feel. So throughout the year, we'll ask our listeners if they want to shoot over questions for you for the next week. So hopefully they keep it easy on you.
Yeah. Only fun questions.
That's
only
right.
Fun questions.
That's right. Only fun questions.
But no, I tell you, Rodney, I love what I do. This is a great profession to be in. I love watching young kids grow up to be young men and then become great fathers and great husbands, and to see these kids now going into my 25th year, you know, starting to see, I mean, like I said, former players, now the offensive coordinator. I got a former player that's the director of football operations for Texas State.
Wow.
You know, I've got a couple of former players that are big-time doctors now, and just seeing the achievements that they've made, and remembering back when they were this little bitty kid out there just trying to find their way,
right?
And to see and just knowing that I had just a little bit of something to do with their success. And but trust me, you know, they earned all the successes that they have. But knowing that I got to be part of it, and maybe not attributed to it, but being part of it and getting to know them. And you know, we had a kid in our program by the name of Glenn Powell, who is unbelievably successful actor now in Hollywood, and was on the Netflix movie Set It Up. He's he's one of the main actors in that. Just got pinned in the new Tom Cruise Maverick movie. Wow. And so and just knowing, I can still remember when he was a 14, 15-year-old kid, and now he's the next Matthew McConaughey and stuff. And so it's just really neat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really neat. And that's what makes this job fun.
Yeah.
The wins and losses, I promise you, they come and go.
Sure.
And you forget about them.
Sure.
You truly forget about them. But you don't forget about the people.
Right.
And you remember the good people, and unfortunately, sometimes you remember the bad people.
Yeah.
And
I can fully understand, because this will be where we're embarking. Just for me, this is my 8th year with you guys, and I mean, I look back and I see guys that, whether it be baseball, football, that have come through this program, especially on the football side, because I recognize those guys. Can only imagine the pride that you have just watching all of that.
It's great. It's a lot of fun. In fact, I got a text yesterday morning from Brendan Moore. who's the start.
Yeah.
He starts for Maryland.
Sure.
You know, they're playing Texas. Last year, I went to the Maryland-Texas game and had on my big red number 64 jersey
That's perfect.
for the Texas game.
Right.
And Brendan played great. And so Brendan will be starting again this year for Maryland. This year, they moved him from center to guard. Unless their center's wasn't able to finish the job, but right now Brendan's going to move to guard, and Bear Fenimore is starting his senior season. He'll be starting on Saturday. So we've got 2 players right now that are starting at big-time Division I colleges. So we're really pleased with that. We'll turn on the TV in here and get to watch them.
You betcha. You betcha.
And then last year during the NFL preseason, we were able to watch Brad Watson play for the San Diego Chargers, and we've got Sean Hoferkamp, also one of our former secondary guys, playing at Southern Miss this year. So just unbelievable things going on in our program, and seeing those kids. It's fun. Just a lot of fun.
Our old buddy Paco, he and I, we exchanged some really fun texts when Ben Johnson got drafted.
Yep.
That was really neat, and you just follow along, and it's super exciting.
It is. It's a blast.
But Coach, we're looking forward to this again. We'll get it all started here in just a little bit, taking on Eastview. We'll keep on rolling, and hopefully a great season coming up for the good guys again.
I like it. Go Warriors.
You betcha. Westwood football continues in just a moment on WWSN. Nice presentation of the national anthem by the Eastwood Patriot Choir. You heard an extended chat with the chief there to start the season. Head coach Anthony Wood, lots to say. He's in really good spirits, and he has some really nice high aspirations here for his Warriors as we get ready to go into 2018. Our broadcast tonight, some great people aboard this year with the Westwood Warrior Football Booster Club. The following sponsors are part of the broadcast tonight. ATX Football, that's the Austin Youth Football League right there in Northwest Austin. Check them out on Facebook at ATX Youth Football. Fabulous Affairs Catering, that's fabulousaffairscatering.com. Exquisite food, expert coordination, and gracious service is what these fine folks offer. Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery, a brand new location opened up in South Austin at 7000 St. Elmo Road. That's Ferguson.com. Flick's Brew House in Round Rock, located right off of I-35, 2200 I-35. Special thanks to them for hosting the varsity retreat this year. Really cool thing there. It was a first-run cinnamon brewery right there. FlicksBrewHouse.com. All your show times are available at the website. Nasal and Sinus Center of Austin, 12309 North Mopac, and a location in Lakeway as well. Medical and surgical solutions for nasal congestion. NSCAustin.com. Torchy's Tacos. Man, who doesn't know about that? A homegrown taco restaurant in Austin. 17 cities around the United States. The Westwood location is pretty popular. 11521 Ranch Road 620, located right off of Anderson Mill and 620. And, of course, you can't have a football season without the good folks at Whataburger. The Texas Burger Place, been around since 1950, originated in Corpus Christi, a favorite location for Westwood families, 13201 Ranch Road 620 at FM 620 and Lake Creek. If you'd like to be a part of those fine folks that are a part of the Westwood Warrior Athlete or Football Booster Club and the program, warriorsports.org, the official website of the Booster Club and the team. So check it all out right there in one spot. We do want to recognize tonight the flags flying at half-staff tonight in honor of course, Senator John McCain, as he passed away a little bit earlier this week. A true, when you talk about Patriots, we've got the Eastview Patriots tonight, a true Patriot right there. And, of course, we pass along our condolences here with WWSN, KMAX Sports, the Vype Media Group, to the family of John McCain. But we get ready to go here tonight. Eastview and Westwood to start the season. Another great season, as we said. Stephen and Sang, this is where it gets real right here. Months of preparation for this moment.
Absolutely. I mean, you talk about two-a-days in the Texas heat. You know, we've all been there, boys. But you know, it's all fun and games until that first kickoff. So it's a good moment for these kids.
Finally get to start hitting other people.
Yeah,
You're tired of wailing on all your buddies all summer long. You know, practicing in the heat, and now it's underneath the lights, starting to cool off a little bit. Not really, but it'll get there eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. For the Warriors, here's how they'll suit it up tonight in the Stormtrooper whites. White trousers, white jerseys, burnt orange numerals, white helmets, silver and burnt orange feathers on the top, with the W for win up on top for Eastview. White trousers with the red stripe, red jerseys, white numerals trimmed in red, white helmets with the EV red on the side. Here we go. Practice is over. The scrimmages are put away. 7-on-7 is a memory. It's time for Texas high school football. The lights are on, and we are underway from Georgetown. The kickoff by the new kicker, Jack Elliott. This one sails and will go into the end zone, so it'll be first down for Eastview to start the contest. Eastview will go left to right here with first down coming up. Eastview out of 13-5A Division II, and of course Westwood out of 13-6A, the new 13-6A. We'll talk about that throughout the night, and of course we will go as the night progresses. We'll take a look at the Whataburger scoreboard and check on games around the area. And that's courtesy of Dr. Cow there, the Whataburger scoreboard.
Hey, I'm a South Texas boy. I gotta represent that Whataburger.
It looks like we may have a re-kick, as it looks like they're setting this back up. Zion Hester is back deep along with Devon Little, and Hester will be a name that we will talk about a whole bunch tonight for Eastview. 815 yards, 5 touchdowns last year. He is definitely one of the offensive weapons for the Patriots. So here comes the Special Forces back out on the field, so we'll try it again. As we talked about with Coach Wood there, Jack Elliott takes over as a kicker.
Yeah, that first kick was almost really good. It was just out of bounds right there at about the half-yard line. Let's see if he can pinpoint it down and maybe see if we can get it into the end zone this time, or make the return man catch it to where defense can go ahead and or the special teams unit can go ahead and make a play on that.
Elliott will definitely want to keep it away from Hester. Not saying anything bad about Little, but Hester's going to be the dangerous man.
He's got that big playability and can
absolutely
can strike quick on you.
A lot of speed. So here's Elliott. I can say it again. 7-on-7, it is distant memory. The scrimmages are in the books. It's go time right here. We're underway once again from Georgetown. This one will sail, and it's taken at the 7-yard line. This is Hester. Out to the 20, the 25, gets to the 30. He's hit and knocked down just past the 35-yard line, maybe out to the 36. In on the stop for Westwood, leading the charge there, Lyndon Jones. He'll be the linebacker tonight for the defense.
And you see that speed right away. He immediately catches the ball and takes off and makes a few defenders miss there. Takes about 3 to bring him down. So right off the bat, you see Hester's impact, and we'll see the defense is really going to have to key in on him in the early going if they want to set the tempo.
Absolutely. Across the front for Westwood, Damon Harris, Irvin Flores, Eric Hawkins, Ethan Brown. That's your front four. That's all seniors right there, senior leaders down in the trenches. At quarterback, it'll be Jackson Colson, the junior, for Eastview, and it will be a handoff running up the middle. Flores there applies the impact as he bounces out to the 40 down to the 42-yard line. So a gain of about 4 on first down. That'll bring up second down and 6 as we get ready to go quickly back. Here's that Eastview offense. You'll see this. We were talking to Stephen before the broadcast here. They're fast. Everybody's so fast right here. Huddle is a distant memory. 2 receivers each side, single back in the backfield. Here's Colston looking, pressure coming, trying to get away, and he will go down. Penalty flag comes down at the end of the play as Damon Harris, off of that outside edge, just applies a sack. Hopefully not a roughing the power or a personal foul call, because that did get a little rough at the end of the play, but he's stopped all the way back at the 30, holding the call against Eastview. So double trouble there as Damon Harris coming off of the edge. The defensive end just drops Colson right to the ground.
Fantastic rush off the outside there. Was able to stay with the quarterback, bring him down, and not get that personal foul.
Absolutely.
Great start. ideal start after giving up that big return, getting a sack. Second and long. That's where you want a high octane offense like this one. You want to get him in those second and long, third and long situations so you can really pin your ears back and attack that quarterback.
Vicente Ochoa, Will Clitheroe, Lyndon Jones, those are your linebackers. 3rd down and 13 after the loss and the penalty. So Eastview pinned back, line of scrimmage at 34-yard line, just underway, 11:06 to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the near side now in motion. The motion man across, they'll give and try to run the fly sweep the other direction. The Westwood defense shuts that down. As quickly in the backfield, once again, it's Harris. As he stops him just long enough for the rest of the defense to come in, may have gotten 1.5 yards on that play. So a nice stand by the defense. Ethan Brown there to finish him up. The rest of that defense, secondary, didn't even get to talk about them. Malachi Woodward, Connor Cooper, Cam Colvin, Zach Hoover, senior and junior laden defense. Not the same story over on the offensive side, which is about to come out on the field. So getting ready to punt this away here for Eastview. Westwood does not drop anybody back. Stacking the line. Here's the snap a little low, and the punt is off of the foot there of Reed Honstein. This one taking a nice Eastview roll. It's going to stop itself right there around the 13-yard line, and that's where we will see first down for Westwood here with 10:10 to go in the first quarter in a scoreless ball game from Burkle backfield. So a nice stand by the defense to get this rolling.
Yeah, it's absolutely an ideal start. That's what you want to see. Obviously, your defense is going to be your strongest point here for the squad this year with all the experience you've got. And they showed right there that they're so far so good, up for the challenge. Let's see if the offense can get out of its own 20. It's a fantastic punt on the other end from Eastview, but let's see what the offense got as they come onto the field now.
Here comes the offense across the front. The center, senior Jason Telez, right guard Daniel Lakowski, the junior. Josh Lott, the senior, over at right tackle. Left guard Daniel Vasquez, the sophomore. James Jarman over on the left side, the tackle. New quarterback, sophomore R.J. Martinez. Mario Debs in the backfield, 3 receivers set to the far side. We'll get them here for you in just a second. Motion man across, that's Mohan Hegney. Here is the give, quickly on first down, the 20, bouncing all the way down to the 25-yard line, make it the 26. That'll be a first down, a big hitter on first down for Mario Debs.
Yeah, great push by the offensive line there to create a hole, and he just explodes through it and gets to that second level and makes a man miss and for a big play.
First and 10 once again, 9:53 as the clock rolls. Here is Debs. He now shifts over to the right. 3 receivers set to the far side, single receiver to the near side. It worked. Go back to it. Here's Debs bouncing off the line of scrimmage. Makes his way to the 35, the 40. He goes out of bounds at the 41. So the Westwood offense rolling right down the field. Back-to-back first downs, and it's on the legs of Mario Debs. Nothing strange here saying we've seen Mario Debs, and boy, he is a workhorse here right now.
Oh, yeah, Debs was known for a hack and slash style, but he's doing a little power run in this year.
2 receivers set to each side. Quick swing pass over to the far side, complete at the 46-yard line. Martinez able to connect with Matt Provednikov. The X wide out tonight is Mohan Hegney over on the other side. The Y, Luca Mazzola, Ian Cox, and the aforementioned Matt Provednikov there. Sets up second down at 7, 3-yard gain. Line of scrimmage at 46-yard line. Ball on the far side hash mark. 9:17 to go here in the first quarter in a scoreless ball game. Motion man out to the far side. Quick plant, complete. This is Provednikov, but a nice play by the Eastview defense as A.J. Mays stops his progress immediately.
Yeah, whenever you motion out a receiver out there and you're going to run a screen, you've really got to seal that DB with your non-screen receiver, and he just wasn't able to seal that block. And great open field tackle from the DB over there.
Nate Anderson in the ball game. He was that motion man that Steven was talking about. He's in the backfield, so you got a sophomore quarterback, a sophomore running back, 2 receivers split to each side. There goes Anderson now motioning out to the far side. 3-step drop. Martinez looking downfield. Swings it to the far side out of the backfield. Anderson complete down to the 45, or pardon me, losing track here. Inside down to the 43-yard line. And another Westwood first down, this time through the air.
That's great by Anderson. Just go in motion and settle into that little weak spot, into the defense. Wait for the ball to get there, turn upfield, and get as much as you can.
Nice balance. Hegney along with Mazzola here to the near side. Motion man Provednikov to the short side. Going back on the ground this time, it's Anderson. Big hole off a right guard, bouncing down all the way to the 30-yard line. That's another first down. He'll be shot just shy of the 30 to the 31. And this Westwood offense trucking right down the field. This is Anthony Wood style right here. 2 receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. This is Debs back in the backfield. This time he is stopped immediately. Nice penetration by the Eastview defense as Roland Hines, the junior, stops the progress for a moment here of the Westwood offense.
We did mention earlier how this is it is a younger offense, but if you look at that offensive line, senior, junior, sophomore, I mean, that offensive line, they're getting pushes tonight because they've been together and they've played together, and they look like it right now.
That's a good group. That's where you win those games in the trenches. Trips to the near side. Here's Martinez. He'll tuck and run. Gets to the 25. They're going to spot him down at about the 24. So we see the wheels there on R.J. Martinez as well. So the sophomore settling in nicely, Stephen. Don't see any jitters at all with this sophomore quarterback.
No, and that was run all the way, and you could tell that he was excited for it. He pump faked a little bit, but took off immediately, followed his lineman that was upfield for the block, and he got a good chunk of yards, and he looks good. He looks settled in. A little shaky on that first throw, but it looks like he settled in after that.
Hegde and Mazzola here to the near side. Now Anderson splits out in the slot. Over to the far side, Provednikov there on the short side. In the backfield is Debs. Here's Martinez awaiting the snap out of the gun. He'll toss it on the jet sweep, running to the far side. Turns upfield at the 20, the 15, down to almost the 10-yard line, spotted at the 13. It's Nate Anderson picking up yet another Westwood first down.
And it was a fantastic seal block, what I was talking about earlier. I believe that was Mario Debs that got the good cut block on the outside that allowed Nate to swing back in. Great blocking, great execution, moving those chains.
All of this happening, 6:57, the clock rolling about halfway through the first quarter. Scoreless ball game inside the red zone presented by Whataburger. Here is R.J. Martinez. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers split to the far side, empty backfield. Showing an edge blitz. Here's the pass into the end zone, incomplete as he was looking in the direction of Provednikov. Nice coverage back there by Justin Henry. That'll bring up a rare second down on this drive.
Way to get the ball out of the hands early, though. You know, you don't want to get a sack for your sophomore QB this early in the game. He got the ball out of his hands early, just a little bit late on the breaking route from his outside receiver. But great play call. It was there, just a little bit late.
Clock stops. 6:42 to go here in the first quarter. A 3-and-out for Eastview after a punt. Westwood is driven right down the field, and here they are. A quick timeout is called by Westwood. And you got to think right there, because we've talked, Stephen, a little bit of the, we've got some sophomores in there at very key positions. So I think right here, the red zone opportunity, obviously you want to convert it. You don't want a mistake, especially with some of these younger guys in the ballgame.
Well, you want to come away with points on your first drive, obviously, and preferably the touchdown. And so whenever you think maybe your young guys are maybe a little frazzled here early, call the timeout, make sure everyone's on the same page so you can get those early points to set the tone really and give those young guys some confidence going into the rest of this game. I think it's a great move by the coach.
Absolutely. And as we said, something that you alluded to just a bit ago, Stephen, this front line, juniors and seniors, you have the one sophomore there, Vasquez, but you've got Telez and Lott and Jarman. These guys are seniors. We've watched them for 3 years here on WWSN, and that leadership's so important, especially right there, because that's where you win the games, is right there up front.
Oh, the trenches are, those guys, the big uglies as they call them.
Absolutely. Hamburgers.
You're gonna need them to get those pushes to protect your main man back there at the QB position. And whenever you got seniors and juniors up there, that can communicate really well with one another, it spells good things for your squad.
Second down and 10 from the 12. Here is Westwood. 6:42 to go in the first. Motion man Anderson. Here's rolling left. Martinez, pressure coming. He will tuck. Ball on the carpet. That one in the hands of as they roll around. It went a couple of different places. I thought Westwood was on top of it. Eastview may have grabbed that as Martinez hit. Hegde says that Westwood has the ball, but that a dangerous play there as he was rolling down the line, the pressure coming from the backside, and Westwood does recover, so they dodge a bullet. Nice pressure from the Eastview defense.
Yeah, coming off the backside there, QB just couldn't get out of his hands quick enough. Martinez really, and he was looking to get away from the pressure, but really didn't have a lane to run, and instead of tucking it, maybe should have thrown it away. But get lucky there and jump back on top of it. Got another chance here to get some points on the board.
3rd down and 14. Trips to the far side. Single receiver to the near side. In the backfield is Mario Debs. Here's the motion man coming across. That's Ian Cox. 3-step drop. Here's Martinez. He's got time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Rolling right. Now changes direction against the iron and goes the other direction. Drops that one right into the ground as the pressure was coming. Nice 2 plays back-to-back for Eastview. Christian Cortez, the senior, really had the heat on. And the drive stalls here at about the 16.
Well, the offensive line can only block for so long. You really got to count on those receivers to get open downfield. And whenever, you're holding your blocks for 5, 6, 7 seconds, it gets really, really difficult. But still, a chance to come away with 3 points. Let's see if this one goes through.
33-yard field goal coming up here for Jack Elliott as he gets his first shot here and time called. Robbie Ying will set it down. Timeout called with 5:36 to go here in the first quarter. Westwood right down the field. And it looks like, hopefully, Jack Elliott will be able to at least get 3 points on this drive. But we saw some really nice work out of the backfield there with Anderson and Mario Debs. Mario Debs, not so much of a surprise. You knew what Mario Debs, as we said, we've watched him for a couple of years, but Anderson, the sophomore, comes in and a nice combination, and that's something that we've seen over the years with Westwood, a 2-headed monster attack, and it looks like we might have that in the backfield here in the early stages.
Oh, yeah, so far it looks like both of them got pretty solid hands as well, and so that's always nice to have whenever you can swing them out wide and get big chunk plays down the sidelines from your running backs out of the backfield.
Here's Elliott, 33-yard field goal as Westwood looks to draw first blood. The nice snap, the kick, and that one is up and good. So Westwood up on top manages to get a field goal through. 5:30 to go here in the first quarter from Burkle backfield in Georgetown. Westwood leads Eastview by a score of 3-0. Warrior football will continue in just a moment.
Purchase a copy of this or any KMAC broadcast for personal use, and portions of the proceeds go to your school. Whether you're making a highlight video or just want to be able to enjoy this game years in the future, send us a note to info@kmacsports.com. That's info@kmacsports.com. We can even do some editing for you for a small fee. Purchase any broadcast for personal use. Hit us up. info@kmacsports.com. Bringing your teams and your highlights to you. We are KMAC Sports.
WWSN, the Westwood Warrior Sports Network, powered by KMAC Sports and the Vype Media Network. Westwood leads 3-0 here in the first quarter with 5:30 remaining after a nice drive that stalls just inside the red zone. But the most important thing, Steven, you get some points.
Get some points, and that kick had all the leg that it needed. That was a fantastic-looking kick. And let's see if we can kick one in the back of the end zone here.
Isaiah Quinton Jackson back deep along with Zion Hester for Eastview as Jack Elliott with the ball on the tee. We get ready to roll once again. This one a short kick. This one taken at about the 17-yard line. Ball on the ground, but quickly picked up. And the nice coverage by the Westwood Special Forces as leading the force down there for Westwood. Number 51, Josh Shoup, the senior. And it'll be first down for Eastview just inside the 25. It looks like they're going to spot him at about the 28-yard line for 1st and 10.
Obviously, a short kick, trying to keep it away from the big playmaker Hester there. Paid off a little bit, a little muff there on the kick, giving the guys a better chance to get down there and make a play and keep them short of that 30-yard line.
We'd love to hear from you tonight. wwsportsnetwork@gmail.com. Shoot us over an email. We'll try to get to it here in the booth as we are high above Georgetown ISD Stadium, Burkle backfield. 1st and 10, trips to the far side. They go left to right, keeping it on the ground. Here's Hester, brought down by Irvin Flores, as bouncing all the way out to the 41-yard line. 11-yard gain on first down. That'll be a first down. First down of the ball game for Eastview. Quickly set back, trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side, single back in the backfield. Here is Hester once again, finds a hole running off of the edge, tries to turn up field. Nice coverage by Westwood as they're able to force him out of bounds. As coming all the way over from the defensive backfield is Darren DeBerry.
Yeah, it's going to be a heavy dose of Zion Hester early on, but it looks like so far this D-line is able to string him out so the DBs can get to him there on the outside. He just hit that big 11-yarder, but there was someone back there who just couldn't quite get him on, wrap him up.
Colson out of the gun. Single back in the backfield. Trips now man in motion coming across, and they will try to run the jet sweep. Turns upfield right behind the center. Nice hole opens up into Westwood territory as the ball carrier A.J. Mays. That's another Eastview first down. So now looks like the Westwood offense just trucking right on down the field. And sets up the first down as they line it up at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers split to each side, single back in the backfield. Here's Colson, a little bit of time. Pass complete at the 38-yard line, turns upfield down to the 35-yard line on the reception. Nice grab there by number 24, Carlos Ochoa. 7-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, just a missed open field tackle there. Luckily, he was backed up by a linebacker jumping out to the flat there, but you got to make that tackle, that first initial tackle, if you want to stop this offense.
They'll give him 8 officially. 2nd down and 2 as the clock rolls. 4:19 here in the first. Here is a swing pass. This one a little high, but nice hands to bring that down. A great open field tackle by Will Clitheroe at the end of the play on the ball carrier, Kobe Kavanaugh.
Yeah, almost lost the ball there. On the tackle there, he almost got it punched out. Would have been a great break, but quick gain there, and good open field tackling.
1st and 10 from the 29, the Eastview offense with 4 minutes to go here in the first. Trips to the far side. Here's Colson rolling left. He's got some time, plants, throws into the end zone, wide open. Eastview touchdown, hauling that in. Devon Little, and Eastview answers quickly.
Yeah, and really just not a great angle from the safety there coming over the top on that busted coverage. But, they let him get behind him. He's a speedster. You guys just got to keep everybody in front of you, and can't be giving up those big plays like that.
Reed Honstein on for the extra point. As Eastview jumps ahead here in the first as we wind this one down. A whole lot of movement there across the front line. The good guys and the Stormtroopers all the way across the line. Let's see if they were induced or if they were just anxious waiting on the call. It's the extra point coming up here. We stand at 6-3.
Yeah, and they're going to get him for offsides there on that one. They were a little antsy trying to get that block after giving up that big play.
22-yard touchdown pass for Eastview. Has them ahead here after a 33-yard field goal by Jack Elliott. So some scoring happening here in the first frame of this first ball game. Extra point attempt, snap a little high, but able to bring that down, and that kick is up and good.
They got a good push from the through the offensive line there and almost got to that ball, but he gets the kick away and it goes up 7-3. Patriots take a lead.
3:53 to go here in the first. As we talked about, lots of supporters here with the Westwood Football Booster Club. We'll showcase some of them throughout the broadcast tonight. ATX Football, Austin Youth Football League right there in Northwest Austin. How important is it, especially now? You heard Anthony Wood talking about it in the pregame chat with the Chief. Not so much the fundamentals and everything that you want your young football player to learn, but you have to learn a very safe way to do it because a lot of kids take up this game at a very young age, and the key is you have to learn those fundamentals, learn the safe way to play, the safe way to tackle, and remember that headgear is not a weapon. It's actually a safety factor. And that's what they work on, one of many things with ATX Football. You can find them on Facebook at ATX Youth Football, proud supporter of Westwood Football and Westwood Athletics. Getting ready to get the ball down the field for the kickoff. And dropping back deep. Robbie Ying will drop back deep along with Nate Anderson. They stand right around the 10-yard line. As Hunstein will kick it off for Eastview in a 7-3 ball game. Could have a track meet tonight. These offensive look pretty explosive here so far. So here's Hunstein. Ball on the tee at the 40. 3:53 to go here in the first quarter. Hunstein kicks this one. He will kick it deep in the direction of Anderson. Anderson from the 4-yard line brings it out. The 15, he's hit at the 17-yard line and dropped immediately. Nice coverage by the Eastview kickoff team as they were quickly down there. Colt Cobble leading the charge there for the Patriots. First down, Westwood going the other direction.
Yeah, but that was good. It was good vision by Nate Anderson there on the return. He just didn't quite have the blockers in position, but he looks like he could be a dangerous return man coming on the rest of the season with the speed he's got and the playmaking ability. Watch out for him.
Here's the Westwood offense out, a quick huddle, and here they are to the line. 2 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side as they go right to left in the first quarter. Out of the gun, Martinez. He will give it to Debs, and he has nowhere to go. He's hit as soon as he gets a hold of the ball. Pressure coming from the backside from Roland Hines. Loss on the play of about 5 yards. Second down and 15 coming up for the Westwood offense. Ball sitting right in the center of the field, in between the hash marks. Clock rolling. 3:25 to go here in the first 7-3 ball game. Game number 1 on the road here in Georgetown. Westwood coming off of a playoff season last year. Lots of vets, lots of newcomers, looking to do it again. 2 receivers split to each side. Here's Martinez out of the gun. Rolls right, looking downfield. Pressure coming, gets a nice block from his running back. Throws this one nicely out of bounds to prevent any damage. But the block there from Debs is actually what gave him just that extra second to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, it's just a smart decision there. Everybody's covered downfield. You don't want to take a sack. Just get rid of it and play the next down.
Clock stops with 3:02 to go in the ball game, or in the first quarter, pardon me. Boy, this would be a quick ball game if we were to go in the ball game. 3 receivers to the near side for the third down and 14 play coming up here for the Westwood offense. Now shifting out in motion is Debs. 3-step drop, 5-step drop, underneath pass. This one behind the intended receiver. He was trying to get that to Luca Mazzola. They were setting up an inside screen, it looked like what they were happening there, because he had the hamburgers lined up in front of him, but that one's right behind him.
And it was there. It was wide open. If he connects that pass, that goes for 40, 50 easy. Great play call, just wasn't quite executed to perfection. That's something that, first game of the season, work on and improve that one.
Instead, Robbie Ying makes his way out. He will punt it away, standing at midfield for Eastview, Antoine Mays. So Eastview likely to come away with some pretty good field position as they pin Westwood way back at the 14 on the 3-and-out. So a couple of 3-and-outs here for both of these teams. Ying, boy, he's hit as he gets the punt off there, as there was a lot of pressure coming. This one takes a pretty decent Westwood roll into Eastview territory. Goes out of bounds out around the 43-yard line, so we'll wait on the official spot. But 2:47 to go here in the first. 3-and-out for each team on the board. So now let's see here what Eastview does as the first quarter winds down.
With all that pressure right there on that kick, you'll take that roll every single time. He could have easily gotten the block on that, and it would have been a quick score for Eastview there. But decent break for the special teams unit. And here we go, defense back out on the field.
Here comes the Eastview offense. Jackson Colson, the junior quarterback, leads them out. Zion Hester right there in the backfield. Hester's been quiet so far, but we're early on. 2 receivers split to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Man-on-man coverage there. Ball on the far side. Hash marks over on the left side. Nice turnout here by the Westwood faithful. They've traveled nicely here tonight to Georgetown. Here is a handoff. Hester breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and is brought down by Harris. As Harris stacks up and waits for him and is able to bottle him up. May have got back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd and 10. Clock rolling with 2:28 to go in the first. They'll use the same formation. 2 receivers set to the near side, single receiver to the far side. 2 backs now in the backfield. They're with Colson. 4-man front from the Warriors. Now shifting the 2 backs out to the far side. Colson, swing pass. Hester at the 40, turns upfield. Big block out to midfield. Hester. Very nice block out there as Ochoa gets taken down. Big hit there. Didn't catch a number on that guy.
And I think that 2-man motion kind of confused the defensive backs a little bit, because they were just about 1 man short out there, and they had to send linebacker going out to the flat there, and he was just a little bit late to catch Hester there. He's just too quick.
Working towards the 2-minute mark to go here in the first. 3rd down and 3. Now direct snap. Trying to turn up field. Nice job by the Westwood defense. Will Clitheroe, Ethan Brown there to bottle up Hester. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 4th down and 3. Nice play by the defense there.
great stand. That's what you need right there. Give up a couple of big plays, give up a little bit of yardage, but make a strong stand and get that negative play there to bring up fourth down.
Decision time there for head coach Rob Davies. Not worth it at this point here in game one as we're still in the first quarter. They'll get ready to punt it away as they'll roll Reed Honstein back out to get ready to punt it away. And standing back deep is Robbie Ying, the sophomore. He stands at the 10. So let's see what Honstein gets into this kick. A little high, the pressure coming from Westwood. This one, a little end-over-end kick that takes a roll inside the 10 out to about the 8-yard line. They'll spot it at the 7. And with 1:14 to go in the first quarter, third drive of the ball game coming up here for the Westwood offense. They'll start it way back from the 7-yard line. A lot of work to do.
Yeah, and that's smart of Robbie to get out of the way of that ball. Don't try and make it up right now. Don't try and pick it up and chance muffing it a little bit. Let your offense get in a rhythm, let it do its thing, and march this ball down the field and get some more points on the board.
Great point, Stephen, there with that, because like you said it at the beginning of the broadcast. Want to hit somebody else, and finally you have that opportunity. These lights are awful bright. There's a lot of people here, but a very heads-up decision right there. 1st and 10 with 1:14 to go. Motion man across. That is Mazzola. Here's Martinez. Gives Anderson right up the gut. He'll advance out to the 11. Take 4 yards on first down.
Oh, every time.
Sets up 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Westwood offense as we are inside a minute to go here in the first quarter. Quick first quarter of action here. 7:30 start tonight. Be 7:30. This will be one of the rare times when we get into 13-6-8. It'll be straight up 7 o'clock, all of the ball games. 9-team district now. We'll talk about that later in the broadcast. Here's Martinez. Quick swing pass. This one, Provetnikov hauls it in at the 9 and advances out to the 15. So he picks up about 4 more. About 2 more. And that'll bring up 3rd down and a couple as we're inside 30 seconds in the first.
Yeah, you could tell either Coach Wood or one of the coaches down there was letting them know, make sure they get their blocks sealed there on the outside.
I'm sorry, Steve.
They were sealing them there right there.
Possibly the last play of the third quarter. 10 seconds remaining. They will snap it. Here is the give. Anderson runs into a wall, breaks a tackle, and will get to the 19 on the forward progress to pick up a first down as the clock expires here in the first quarter. So Nate Anderson finishes off the first quarter with a great second effort to pick up the Westwood first down. Beautiful play by Anderson. They'll spot it at the 20. 1 quarter complete here from Burkle backfield. A very quick first quarter. And our score 7-3. So initial thoughts, we've got some high-powered offenses happening right here.
Yeah, so far so good. It looks like offenses each had their opportunity to move the ball down the field. Eastview's taking advantage of the special teams, really pinning Westwood back inside their own 10 a couple times here. But they just got to keep it rolling. Nate Anderson really looks like he's enjoying being in that backfield right now. He's just on that last play using every bit of that leg strength to get that first down. You still got to remember RJ Martinez is a sophomore. He's still got to settle in here a little bit. The sun just went down, the lights get bright, and that may bring out the jitters that we didn't see a little bit earlier on. But he looks good. He looks like he's settling in just fine, making the right throws, making the right decisions, and just got to keep it up. This 4-quarter game, as the coaches always like to tell you growing up. So
yeah, a long way to go. And that's the funny thing. You've been preparing all of these months. Probably had some sleepless nights getting ready for this very moment right there, and just like that, first quarter already in the books. Let's take a look at your Whataburger scoreboard quickly, as we'll see what else is going on around 13-6A. Actually, we'll do it after we have our first play here of the second quarter. They flip sides, and now going left to right here in the second quarter. The Westwood offense, here is Martinez, rolling left, looking now, will throw this one. Oh, great grab on the far sideline. Luca Mazzola skies for that one. And called incomplete. I thought he was down in bounds. I don't know if possibly there's a call for something else, but not a catch.
That looked like a fantastic catch.
That did.
Because he went up there to go and get it. We do have a player down from Eastview on the far sideline.
Yeah, so that'll be the timeout on the field. So quickly, 13-6A as they play right now. Halftime score, Vista Ridge on top of Rouse. And that's a battle of Leander ISD. Two really good Leander ISD ball games going on tonight. 6-3 the score there as Vista Ridge leads Rouse. Vista Ridge, a new entrant here to 13-6A. Stony Point over at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. They lead Killeen by a score of 13-7. The other big game in Leander ISD, and take a look at this score. Halftime score, Vandergrift 14, Cedar Park nothing as they play along at Cedar Park High School. Elsewhere, Temple leads Cedar Ridge. They're in the third quarter. That's a 14-12 ball game. Round Rock on the road to Harker Heights. They lead the Knights by a score of 15-0. And the other ball game in 13-6A taking place over at Dragon Stadium. McNeil leads Del Valley as they're right around the halfway point of the second quarter. That is a 6-0 ball game. Those are your 13-6A scores as we play along, and we will continue to update you throughout the night on all of that and area scores coming up at halftime.
And it looks like that was number 23, Isaiah Quinton Jackson. Looks to be walking off under his own power, getting a sip of water there. Love to see that young man back up and walking across the field. Absolutely.
Always the most important thing there to get these young guys, you know, the heat of the battle, and obviously you want to win, and that's, you know, depending who you ask, that's the most important thing. But, man, the safety, you want these guys to be okay, and that's a very good sign. 11:52 to go here in the first half. 7-3 ball game as Eastview leads Westwood. Trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side, single back in the backfield. Here's Martinez, three-step drop, pressure coming from the near side, spins, breaks a tackle. Martinez looks and will throw this one out of bounds. Great poise by the sophomore on that play. Very easily could have dumped that off and made a bad mistake.
Yeah, and shows great escapability there in the backfield, spinning out of that sack, that would-be sack, and rolling out, waiting until the last minute, seeing if a guy could get open, but realizing that it was just a better decision just to toss it out. And, you know, it brings up 3rd down and 10, but we've seen this offense already tonight pick up chunk plays, so let's see if we can get another one.
Nate Anderson checks in as Mario Debs heads to the sideline for the 3rd down and 10 play. The line of scrimmage to 20. This Westwood offense, as Steven said, came out on a tear. The last drive a little slow. As it was a 3 and out, way back on the Westwood side of the field. Here we are with a 3rd and 10 to keep this drive alive. 2 receivers split to each side, and here's Anderson as he shifts out in motion to the near side. Martinez looking. He's got some time. Big pass here to the near side. This one floats out of bounds as he was looking for Anderson. The coverage was there on the man-to-man, but it looks like that one just got away from Martinez.
Yeah, he let it sail on him a little bit. Not a bad-looking throw. It's just one of those that, as the season progresses, he'll be able to pinpoint that one. You got to throw that one on a line because the coverage was there. Can't just float it up like that. But you know, he was looking for his man out of the backfield, like we talked about earlier, and just couldn't quite connect there.
So that will bring Yang out for his 2nd punt of the night, and dropping back once again for Eastview, A.J. Mays. As we said, District 13 5A Division II is Eastview in the realignment. And they end up in a very competitive district with Bastrop. There's some players in that district. Here's the punt, and this one off of the side of the foot there, and it goes out of bounds at about the 49, but he kicks it straight out of bounds. I think Robbie'd like to have that one back if he could.
Yeah, he was going with the rugby-style kick where he runs out, you know, just in case he does he gets an opening where he thinks he can make the 1st down. That's kind of why they run that rugby-style punt. But the one cause of that is you do have momentum going forward, and it's hard to stop to get the kick off cleanly. Absolutely. And that's just, you know, that's what ended up happening to him right there. And when you do get that punt off, you do have a lot of leg power, and it can go pretty far. But you got to make sure you get good contact, foot on ball. And now defense going to have to come out here and make another big stand.
Yep, Eastview starts at midfield at the 50. 11:27 to go in a 4-point ball game. 7-3, Eastview on top. Here's Colson. He's got 2 backs in the backfield. He will give to the 2nd back through, breaking a tackle at the 45 and driven out of bounds. And once again, it's the man that we've talked about, Hester, and you saw the speed right there as he got out on the edge.
Yeah, and it looked like it was effortless for him, unfortunately. He just strides it out, and he can just beat you to that corner. And once he gets that corner, you got to take the right angle so you can bring him down.
DeBerry in on the stop there for the Warriors. It's a 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 40. Gets 10. That's what he needed. Quick swing pass complete at the 35 and out to the 30. That's going to be close to another Eastview 1st down. As, man, we're really seeing Colson here just slinging that rock around. That's Devon Little. He's the recipient of that 12-yard touchdown earlier.
Yeah, it was a good catch and move out there by Little. As a corner, you got to be more sound and got to square up in order to make that tackle. And he just got caught staring and ended up missing.
Here's Colson's swing pass. This one complete to Hester. He advances out to the 25. They're probably going to give him about the 24 on that play. So about 5.5 yards on that play. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 5. So this Eastview offense hitting on all cylinders right here, as you're seeing a lot of contributors to this offense. We talked about Hester, but to this point it's been Hester and several of his teammates. Trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Hester in the backfield, bringing the blitz is Westwood, and Hester, I think the turf monster got him there as he advanced about a yard out of the backfield.
Well, you notice that in all of these chunk plays that they seem to be getting, they're getting the ball out of Colson's hands quick. Outside bubble screens, wide receiver screens. It doesn't give our defensive line the opportunity to get to the quarterback. And whenever they're doing these inside handoffs, our D-line's there, and our linebackers are filling holes and making the right plays.
3rd down and 5 coming up here for Eastview as they look to keep rolling along here. 10:32 to go in the first half. Trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side. A little low on the snap. Pressure coming. Big hit there. And who is it? Once again, off of the edge, Damon Harris. 2 big kill plays for Damon Harris, and he stalls this Eastview drive and drops Colson.
And that's a big boy play right there. He comes through the line, and right whenever Colson turns around to look to throw the ball, he's got big old number 8 in his face, and that's exactly what you want to see. Great penetration and way to finish the play and get that stop.
That could be a play that maybe turns a little bit of the momentum, because you felt it here for about the last, let's say, about 10 minutes of football time. You felt that momentum go to the guys in red. Maybe that play right there from Damon Harris, his 2nd big hit of the night. So Eastview will get ready to punt this away on a 4th down and 12 with the ball at their own 32. Hall Shine kicks this one, kicking it over to the far right corner. Westwood doesn't drop anybody back. Takes a reasonable, nice bounce for the good guys. And it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So Eastview doing a really nice job of sticking Westwood back on their own side of the field.
Yes, possession battles definitely gone to the Patriots this evening. But all it takes is one good sustained drive to flip that field, and it can happen with this offense. It can happen at any point.
Yes, it can. If you got a big party coming up, remember, Fabulous Affairs Catering, FabulousAffairsCatering.com. Exquisite food. They coordinate everything nicely. That's the hardest part of when you're party planning, is to coordinate all that stuff. Every time I try it, for crying out loud, it's a train wreck. They'll take care of that for you. Great service. They will take care of you. FabulousAffairsCatering.com. 1st and 10. Here is the Westwood offense back on the field for their 4th drive. Martinez stands out of the gun, takes a snap, don't think he was ready for it, throwing the deep ball over on the far side. Prevednikov almost able to haul that one in. He was into double coverage. Prevednikov lets that one bounce off of his hands over his shoulder. That would have been on highlight film right there if he'd hauled that in.
Yeah, it was a fantastic adjustment back to the ball. Just a little bit too much air underneath it, allowing the defensive back to get back in coverage. Also a little bit of double coverage there, but a well-thrown ball, and almost comes up with a big gain.
2nd down and 10 here for Westwood, as checking into the ball game now. Thought that was Mario Debs, I believe it was. Splitting out 2 receivers to the far side, going to swing out Hegde as well as Mazzola here to the near side for the 2nd down and 10 play. Scrimmaging from their own 13-yard line, going left to right. Big hole. Here's Debs bouncing out to the 20, all the way down to the 22-yard line. Just shy of the 1st down. Nice play for Mario Debs. Those off that offensive line, we've said it tonight. That's where you win games. Huge gaping hole right there.
Oh, it sets up a third and short, 3rd and manageable, and that's what you want whenever you're trying to get a good sustained drive. 3rd and 1 to go. Move those chains, flip this field, get some points on the board.
Here is Martinez. Out of the gun, single back in the backfield, standing right there with him. Anderson takes a handoff. He'll fall forward for the 1st down. Nice play by Eastview. He needed a yard, and that's about all he got.
That's about all he got, but, anything it takes to move the chains. And so far in this ball game, it looks like Nate Anderson is our chain mover, and Debs is going to be our 1, 2, and 3 down back.
Absolutely. Ying checks in. So Anderson stays in the ball game. He stands to the right of Martinez. 2 wide receivers split to each side with the ball on the far side. Hash mark on a first down play with 8:20 to go in the half. Swing pass complete out to the far side. This is Provetnikov. Breaks a tackle and bounces out close to the 30. He'll be spotted actually a little further back. Well, they'll set him dead right about the 29-yard line, it looks like. So nice swing pass, and that's the plays there, Stephen. That's where you get your sophomore comfortable.
Absolutely. Just seeing the ball being caught into a receiver's hands and being able to gain a good amount of yards there is something that really helps the young quarterback settle in.
Trips to the near side, empty set to the far side, single back in the backfield. It is Anderson against the grain, shifting the other way. Big hole. It's a foot race now. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20. He's caught from behind at the 21-yard line. Nate Anderson. You call him a third down back right there. That's a big play right there.
And if you notice, he cuts back. He's supposed to be going left. He cuts back right at the line, goes around, sees the hole, moves into it, and then he's just off to the races. Fantastic play by Nate there.
Isaiah Quentin Jackson on the stop. 2 sophomores doing it on a Friday night. Once again, going back to it, they pick him up right away there. Well, a little bit of aggression there from Noah Reyes. He said, not this time.
No, they were definitely cued in on him, but it's the old saying, run it till they stop it.
Absolutely. And Anderson gets a break. I couldn't have done those 2 plays back to back.
Oh, absolutely, me either.
I'd have been passed out on the G over here. That would not have happened. Nate Anderson. Boy, you saw the burst right there. And Anderson has those strides. You notice that head back, the chest is out, and he is just looks like a gazelle as he's running down the field there. Second down and 10. Motion man across Provetnikov. 2 receivers to the near side. Going back to the ground game, it is Debs. He's able to get to the 19. Penalty marker comes way from the defensive backfield. They're actually going to give him the 18, so we'll have to check the call here. A little yellow on the green. As they confer. I believe this is the first penalty of the ball game. I think
we did have the offside.
Oh, that's right.
On the extra point down there.
We did. That's right. We did.
So far, a very clean game. So far, Missoula was clapping at the towards the end of that, and that would be why personal foul.
So that's a big one.
That'll help.
So this Eastview team, as we talked about, in their brand new district, a lot of projections, depending what projections you read. A lot of times you see varying opinions or whatever. This Eastview team, you see them second or third in this district. So a very good opponent here to start the season for Anthony Woods Ball Club. First and goal from the 9. Here is Martinez going to give it to the running back, trying to go the opposite direction, and it does not happen. Debs dropped at the 10, so he loses a yard. It'll bring up second down and goal. As Anderson checks back in.
Well, let's see if they use Anderson as a decoy here. Maybe get some a quick screen out to him, or I guess if they're going to flush him out. But you use him. You want to put him in space so he can make a move on somebody.
And they do shift him out as Ian Cox stands in the backfield. Here is Martinez going to keep it himself. Wide open spaces into the end zone. Touchdown Westwood, 10-yard run. R.J. Martinez.
Yeah, and that'll help a sophomore quarterback settle in too. Fantastic pull. He fakes the jet sweep to Nate Robinson there. Reads the right read, sees the hole that he wants, and then he just walks in the end zone. Excellent play call, excellent execution. 6.
And it all starts with Damon Harris on the defense. Huge play to stifle that drive for Eastview. And Westwood answers over on the other side. Here's Jack Elliott for the extra point. Ying with a nice hold, and that one up and good. 6:29 to go here in the first half. Got a good one going on here from Burkle Backfield in Georgetown. Your new score, Westwood 10, Eastview 7. First game of the season, we're starting off very nicely. Westwood football continues in just a moment.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think of the state capitol if it was full of sports. I mean, the rotunda is more than large enough for basketball or volleyball, and let's face it, anything we do in there is going to be better than what's going on right now. Plus, those guys only work every 2 years. We bring your teams to you every doggone day. bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
Ferguson.com, a brand new location, just opened up. Proud supporter of Westwood football. 7000 St. Elmo Road, that is way down south, South Austin. Get yourself through that 35 traffic, and your kitchen and bath lighting needs, whatever it is, your fixtures, they will take care of you. Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery, 7000 St. Elmo Road. Check them out online, Ferguson.com. 6:29 to go here in the first half. 10-7 Westwood on top. After the touchdown, this one taken at the 21. Ball on the carpet right off of the Eastview receiver. Westwood pounces on top of that. The Special Forces with a huge turnover, and Westwood takes over deep in Eastview territory.
And again, it's that short kick to avoid getting it to Zion Hester, and I think it was the same kid that muffed it the first time. Wasn't able to pick it up this time, and that's exactly what you need on the special teams. Coming off a great drive, getting points, and then you get a great special teams break, getting the ball down inside the opponent's territory, see if you can get some more points on the board.
It looks like we do have a Warrior down over on the far side. As you had a lot of contact happening there, and when you have guys starting to dive for the ball right there, it gets the intensity picks up about 5,000% when you get a ball on the carpet right there. So they will tend to him over on the far side. Take a look at some of the scores in 13-6A to see if anything has changed. Del Valle's gone ahead of McNeil 7-6. That's our game. Round Rock all over Harker Heights, 22-0. Round Rock is one of those teams that is sitting in this district, if you believe what everybody says. And again, we're all pundits when this stuff starts out. You've got three teams that could possibly be the ones that could, assert themselves. Obviously, you've got Cedar Ridge, who trails 17-12 right now to Temple. You've got Hendrickson, who just destroyed Texarkana last night, and you've got Vandy, who leads Cedar Park right now 14-0. But four teams get in. That fourth spot from fourth on down in this 19 district with these Warriors, the Dragons, Stony Point, it is going to be a slugfest in 13-6A now with 9 teams. And that's, Stephen, something that I think you'll probably agree, or maybe you won't, but it's now you only get 2 chances. You get this week and next week, and then you're into the gauntlet of district play.
Right. Really, I think that the ideal amount that you would like is 3 games, but that's no longer that's not what you have, and so you got to really use these games to fine tune what you got in a short amount of time.
Absolutely. I thought you were going to say you're wrong. That's what usually happens. 1st and 10 from the 27. Here is Martinez off of the play action, keeps it, and bounces down to the 22-yard lines where he's spotted. He actually falls to the 21. Now they put him at the 21 and a half.
You think Coach
Jackson on the stop? Sorry.
You think Coach Wood saw that touchdown run and said, maybe I got something with this QB run stuff.
Yeah. How about that? Let's give that a shot. 10-yard touchdown run from R.J. Martinez has put Westwood ahead, and off of the turnover on a little bit of the draw play, or delayed draw, Anderson looked like he was about to get about 5 yards, but a penalty marker falls at the 22, and that'll stop play with 5:55 to go here in the first half in a 10-7 ball game.
What I've noticed tonight is Nate Anderson's vision in the backfield to see when a hole is opening or closing up, and to either hit that hole or bounce it a little bit outside has just been outstanding. He's making all the right decisions, and we obviously saw the big run from him earlier, and he was about to break one just there if we hadn't had the motion there at the beginning.
5-yard penalty will now stack it up 2nd down and 9. The line of scrimmage now the Eastview 26-yard line. There's a nice opportunity here for Westwood to try to convert off of the turnover and make it a 2-score ball game. Here is the 2nd down play. Martinez, 3-step drop from the 34. This one complete on the far side. Nice grab down at the 12. And it's old sure-handed Matt Provednikov. Hadn't called his name tonight, but that will be a weapon for Martinez this year.
And a fantastic throw straight on a line from RJ there. Anticipated the throw, was out of his hand before his receiver turned. Makes a great play.
1st and 10. They can get a first down without scoring. Here is the handoff. Anderson, boy, I tell you, you talk about the speed, but right there, he just lowers his shoulder and goes head on right into big number 85, Stefan Reyes.
He's not afraid. He's not afraid of a little contact there. You can tell.
Ray is the most valuable player of this Eastview team last year. One of their key returnees, the linebacker. Oh, and Anderson just goes right toe-to-toe with him right there. Second down and 3 from the 6. Here's Martinez, gives Debs, hit immediately in the backfield, but he does manage to fall forward and will be shy of the first down. But a nice second effort once again there by Debs.
Absolutely, just got to keep his, just keeps his legs churning there, and then when he realizes that he's getting ready to go down, just dive and get everything he can get out of it.
Gets inside the 5, down to the 4 as the clock rolls with 4:13 to go here in the half. Debs stays in the contest. Out here to the near side, you're going to have Hegde splitting out in the slot. Is Ian Cox over to the far side, and Mazzola along with Provetnikov. 3rd down and 2, the ball on the 4. Motion man across is Cox. And here is Martinez. He's going to tuck it. Trying to reach a corner. He does. Finds a corner of the end zone. We'll wait on the indication. Touchdown, Westwood. 2 touchdowns, this time 4 yards. Welcome to Friday night, R.J. Martinez.
We're sitting here talking about Anderson and Debs with the quicks, but man, number 2, R.J. Martinez, showing us that he's got some wheels of his own, beating the DB to the corner of the end zone there, taking a little bit of a lick whenever he crosses the line, but it's worth it. Get those 6.
Not even feeling it right now. It does not feel it. Here is Jack Elliott, the new kicker. This kick is up and true, and just like that, what a swing. 14-point swing right there for the good guys. Now a 10-point ball game, 3:50 to go here in the first half. Westwood leads 17-7.
What people don't talk enough about is I've been watching Jake Elliott kick these extra points in that first field goal, and he's got a fantastic leg in great form. And every time he puts toe to ball, it looks like it's going through. And whenever you can have a kicker like that, you can rely on, and that is going to be confident and kick at the ball for you, it opens up so many extra things for you.
It does, and that is something that has been a staple here with this Westwood program. Even in the years, Stephen, there was a year that this team was 0-10. But there were games that the only points Westwood scored in that very rough, dismal year were field goals. And this program has always had really good kickers. We've had the shoe, we've had the boot. I guess this is Mad Jack Elliott right here is what he'll be. Who knows?
Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. There you go. Cactus Jack Elliott right there. They'll be calling him that in the hallways on Monday when he gets back to school. Well, all of our young listeners are like, what's the deal with that? Who's that? It's wrestling, everybody. It is wrestling. Back when wrestling was real. 3:50 to go. Here is the kick. This one over on the far side, trying it once again. This time, fair catch taken and called for and taken right there at the 22, and that was actually Hester.
Ball is gone at 22.
Yeah, Eastview made a shift on their kickoff return and bumped everybody up a little bit, so whenever they did kick it short, Hester would be there to get it. But the thing about the short kick is you give your coverage team, you boot it up a little bit higher, a little more hang time, give your coverage team a little bit longer to get down there, and by that point, he's got to fair catch it because he's surrounded by a bunch of white jerseys.
For sure. 3:50 to go. Coming up at the half, we will have presentation of the Westwood Warrior Band
Pass on the West
and the Sun Dancers, along with a trip to the Whataburger scoreboard. We'll have a triple meat scoreboard for you. First and 10 from the 22. 4 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Colson, empty backfield, 4-man front from Westwood. Look in this direction, pass complete. Breaks a tackle, or Hoover in pursuit, not able to make the grab, but Eric Hawkins converges in along with Nathan Potter on the stop. Gain of 5, bring up second down at 5. Nice play for Eastview. Clock rolling, 3:29 to go. In the half, 2 receivers to each side. Single back in the backfield with Colson. For the second down and 5 play, all kinds of movement across the front. I think that one will be going back 5 yards. Stephen, you watch here on the edge. Damon Harris, we've talked about him, 2 plays that he has made tonight. Just on that play right there, his instincts, he is moving so fast.
Oh, I mean, and he causes those linemen to jump like that whenever he's got his ears pinned back and he looks like he's getting ready to come at you like that. that strikes fear into an offensive lineman, and that's why it maybe caused a little jump in there.
Probably grunting. Lord knows, a big hit there on the swing pass. Boy, huge hit. Will Clitheroe on a big hit, and Harris makes a stop as the little swing pass was complete to Hester. Those were two major league hits from Clitheroe and Harris.
I mean, I'm talking Harris. We've been talking about Zion Hester and his speed all night, and Harris chases him down to the flat and tackles him from behind for a huge loss. Just an outstanding athlete, and they play him all over the field.
This defensive front for Westwood, you got 4 seniors up there, and these are 4 monsters right now. 3rd down and 16. Here's Colson's pass. Here on the near side, that one incomplete, throws it into double coverage. That one falls as he was trying to get that to Little, but Little didn't have a chance at that. He had a couple of guys back there. Was not going to happen. DeBerry back there on the coverage.
Yeah, and great job by DeBerry to get his head around and make a play on the ball and not draw that pass interference penalty, because if you don't get your head around and make a play on the ball and you run into the receiver, you're gonna get a penalty every time. But excellent awareness to turn around and swat that ball down.
Yang drops back for Westwood. He stands at about the 47. Little trouble back there for the kicker. Able to get the kick off. A little worm burner, end over end kicked, and taking a really nice Eastview roll. Oh, I talk about making chicken soup out of chicken poop right there. That was a big one all the way down to the 25. That could have been a disaster back there for Eastview. Reed Honstein, very lucky.
Yeah,
penalty marker on the plate. I'm sorry.
He just got that. He barely got the kick away, and then when he did, he caught the top of it, so it took the right spin on the bounce, and it bit back like a Tiger Woods.
Yeah, it did.
A Tiger Woods chip from 40 out.
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, because Tiger's playing good again.
Oh, yes, he is.
Isn't he looking good? I'll tell you, the other day I was on the edge of my seat. I thought he might actually win a major.
Every time he's playing now, I'm tuning in.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine. I consider her my golf expert on my weekly radio show that we do, and we were going back and forth as all that was going on. Well, of course, I was talking about Tiger, his performance, but she had varying opinions of Tiger, of course. I'm like, I'm not worried about none of that. I'm talking about his game right now is pretty good. His game on the course. On the course,
right.
On the course.
Okay.
Obviously, the other stuff is a little, a shambles.
Yes, to say the least.
Breaking news out of Cedar Park. 8:37 to go in the third. Vandy leads Cedar Park by a score of 21-0. And Cedar Park currently ranked number 10 in the state in 5A football. And, of course, they're, multiple-time state champions there. But, man, they're getting it laid on them by district foe of ours, Vandegrift. Cedar Ridge has gone back on top of Temple. That's 18-17. Round Rock still pitching a shutout. Del Valle leads McNeil 14-6. The other battle of Leander ISD, they've got just underway there in the third. Vista continues to lead Rouse by a score of 6-3. Stony Point leads Killeen as they start the second half, 13-7. So here's the offense back out once again with 2:18 to go.
Plenty of time to put some more points on the board just before half.
A little insurance right now would not hurt. 3 receivers split to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Looks like we'll see an empty backfield set here for Westwood.
2 timeouts remaining on both sides.
Little delay here. Not really sure what we're waiting on here. Coach Anthony Wood out on the field. Well, saying it's back to normal.
No, he's got his hat on. It's okay.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it looks like the Stormtroopers are heading over to the sideline for a little discussion as we inch our way towards half. So the more things change, the more things stay the same with Texas high school football. That first quarter, I blinked and it was over. Second quarter here, it's like, man, we've got the handbrake on right about now. We're just not able to get to the locker rooms. And marching the ball here the other direction.
Are we going to re-punt?
I'm thinking that may be the resolution to all of this, because they're going to spot this back down at the 7. That was about the location of that. Man, you have to think right now, if you get Honstein to have some trouble now, you pin him in his end zone. And here we go again. So here's Reed Honstein.
4th down from the 7 for Eastview.
Yang back at the 42.
It'll be James.
So they will kick it again. Still 2:18 to go here in the half. This time a nice snap. Pressure coming, but this one definitely a line drive. There's your worm burner right there. And this one will spiral itself to a stop at the Westwood 45. So probably better with the second kick.
Yeah, a little bit. Still, he's got that spin that consistently is giving his team a good roll down there.
It has indeed. Warrior fans, don't forget Flick's Brewhouse, flicksbrewhouse.com. Located right there in Round Rock off of I-35. You can't miss it. They hosted the varsity retreat this year. That was really cool. The guys really enjoyed that. You can go catch your first run movies right there, first run cinema. And on top of that, you can go there, catch that first run movie, and you can have it maybe with a cold brew as well. flicksbrewhouse.com in Round Rock, proud supporter of Westwood football. 2:06 to go. Empty set. Now Anderson stands to the right of Martinez. Here is the delayed draw, but they read it like a book. Nice coverage here by the defense as Christian Cortez comes in and drops Nate Anderson for a 2.5-yard loss.
And Christian Cortez.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 12 for the good guys. As we march along, clock rolling at 1:45 to go here in the second quarter. A couple of R.J. Martinez touchdowns. The difference right now in a 17-7 ball game here from Burkle Backfield in Georgetown. Trips to the far side, dual receivers to the near side. 3-step drop. Martinez throws complete at the 46. Breaking a tackle, Provednikov breaks another tackle at midfield, driven out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Matty P answers the call once again for the Warriors.
Couple of excellent moves there to shake up a couple of defenders, and then the awareness to run to the sticks and get out of bounds and stop that clock.
He does indeed. Over on the Eastview side of the football field, they spot it at the 43-yard line. Clock does stop with 1:24 to go in a 10-point ball game. Mazzola and Hegde here splitting out to the near side. Over to the far side, it will be Ying along with, that is Provednikov. In the backfield is Anderson with Martinez. Now Anderson in motion here to the near side. On the 3rd down and 2 play, here is a nice slide right down to the first down marker. They'll move the sticks. Looks like he was sliding right into 3rd on that play. And it'll be a first down. Got what he needed, got back to the huddle. They quickly reset and get ready to go with a new set of downs as the clock now rolls once again. They wind it in 1:10 to go here. On the first down play coming up here from the Eastview 43. Empty backfield. Martinez looking, throwing the deep ball over on the far side, looking for Provednikov. Dives, but just not able to grab that in. Just a tad bit too long.
He had him. He had a step on his defender there. Just a little bit too much underneath the ball. But I love the idea. Take a shot down the field right now. You know, a minute left to go. You just got a first down. Kind of bullying the defense a little bit. So take a deep ball. Excellent throw, just a little bit, a touch too far.
Yep, had it down to play with right there, and they do take a nice stab at it right there, and Provednikov, oh, so close. We may see that again in this sequence. Now under a minute to go, clock showing 59 seconds remaining in the half. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Gonna air it out once again. Here is Martinez, gets a block, throws this one off of the outstretched hand there of Luca Mazzola at the 30. That was going to be a tough one, as again in double coverage there. But the nice thing about Martinez, he threw it in the direction of Mazzola, right off of his paw.
He had the man. Yeah, he had the man there, just a little bit off target. But I mean, he made the right decision. It was the open guy. Mazzola just sitting down there in the hole of that zone. Just missed him just barely on the throw.
Clock stops with 53 seconds to go. 3rd down and 10. The line of scrimmage is the Eastview Patriot 43. Here for the Westwood Warriors, leading 17-7. 2 receivers split to the far side. In the slot is Yang, and timeout called by Westwood.
Play clock was running down there.
Yeah. They will have 1 remaining here in the half. So Anthony Wood will gather his offense in and try to draw up a play here for this 3rd down and 10 play. Plenty of time on the clock. 53 seconds in football time is plenty of time to get your first down. Get your first down, regroup, reset, and try to get yourself some points here. We've seen a field goal already tonight from Cactus Jack Elliott, a 33-yarder in the first quarter. So if that becomes a necessity to go that direction, you would think that you can kick it at least 33 yards. That 33-yarder looked like it could have gone about 40 yards.
Well, yeah, you know, if you throw it a couple times here, maybe run it for a few yards, and you don't quite pick up the first down, you still have that timeout, and then you can really, with the 10-point lead, you can test your kicker's leg. You know,
Absolutely.
You've got a 10-point lead. You're going into halftime. Let him at least give it a shot if it's a long one. You know, give him some confidence going into the season. If he knocks it through, and see if you can get some more points on the board.
So, you know, we break it all down this way. They're going to give it to Nate Anderson. He's going to go 43 yards into the end zone right here on this play, probably.
Well, he's
not in the game.
That would work, too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure anyone would be upset about that one. But
Mario Debs, the senior in the backfield. And we get ready to go once again. 53 seconds remaining in the half. Single receiver to the near side. Here is Martinez. Drops back looking. He's got some time. Over the middle. Wide open at the 35. The 30 picks up the first down to the 28. And that is Ying. Nice play by Robbie Ying as he gets himself open, gets behind the coverage, and picks up a first down.
That'll be a first down.
And time called, this time by Eastview. Great play selection there by the Westwood staff.
oh yeah, and Robbie Ying after getting tackled on that play, immediately stands up and starts making the spike balls, motion with just has the wherewithal to make sure that his team gets down there and everyone's on the same page. And then RJ Martinez gets in there and starts doing the same thing. Everyone's talking, everyone's making sure that we have enough time on the clock to get a little added insurance, as you called it earlier.
Yeah. And these sophomores, again, Ying, that's another sophomore. And that was the story coming into the ball game that we talked about in the pregame is you have a very experienced defense. Talked about the front line there. You've got 4 seniors working along the front for the defense, a very experienced secondary. Over on the offensive side, that's where you've got some of that youth. You've got a young quarterback, you've got a young running back, you've got a young guard, and then you've got Ying that's coming in. He's listed as a quarterback. He's the second team quarterback, but we've watched him on plays like that where he's such a utility player, and it's the young guys, and that's speaks well for not only the future of the program, we're only in game 1 here right now, but for the ability of the staff of the work that they're doing molding these guys, because this is a big stage. This is a huge stage.
Well, and when you've got your 2 sophomore QBs, one, Ying playing wide receiver tonight is out there, it must be nice for a coach to have those 2 leaders of your team, per se, leaders of the offense that both can run it, both know it very well, out there at the same time being able to communicate and talk to everybody.
For sure. 41 seconds remaining. Brand new set of downs here for Westwood. Ball on the Eastview 29. It is 17-7 ball game. The good guys lead over Eastview. Empty set once again. Here is RJ Martinez. Maybe a play change right there. Dropping back. Martinez looking in the direction, going across the middle once again, breaking a tackle. This time it's Luca Mazzola, his first reception of the night. Gets to the 13-yard line. Nice job there. Talk about wherewithal. That was the checkoff receiver, it looked like.
Oh, yeah, and an excellent throw. What people don't always talk about is this O-line gave him the protection he needed, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball on a line to the crossing receiver, picks up a good chunk of yards. Here we go. Plenty of time, as we've been saying this whole time.
Indeed. 31 seconds remaining. First down and 10 for Westwood. Again, you can get a first down without scoring here in this sequence. Here is the snap. Rolling left, looking. Martinez throwing into the end zone. Mazzola up in the air. That one is a Westwood touchdown. Luca Mazzola, 13-yard target from R.J. Martinez.
And that is the throw R.J. Martinez is going to get confidence in. That was a D1 throw right there. That was a fantastic throw, just out of the reach of the defender, over the shoulder. Fantastic catch. Touchdown.
Indeed, and that is that insurance that we talked about. So Westwood, we're watching this offense, different phases. We're seeing a very two-dimensional offense right here. And not only that, the confidence. You talked about it earlier, Stephen, this confidence that we're seeing right now from this offense. Here comes the extra point. Cactus Jack Elliott on once again. Young sets it down, that one up and good. 18 seconds remaining here in the first half. What was once a 7-3 ball game has now turned into 24-7 as Westwood has jumped ahead.
21 unanswered points going into halftime. You really can't be any happier, you know. I mean, I'm sure that Coach Wood is saying the exact same thing. I'm very impressed with the way that these kids have responded today. I mean, they started off quickly and then kind of stalled out a little bit on offense, like we've been saying. We've seen phases of the offense. But really, like you were talking about earlier, that big defensive stand where we get the huge sack really kind of flipped the momentum of this game. And, you know, now you got to get out of this 18 seconds, play good, solid defense here, and go into the halftime with the big lead.
Devon Little and Zion Hester dropping back deep for Eastview. They're standing inside the 15, back around the 11-yard line or so, as Elliott will kick this one off. Looking to get to the locker room here with a nice lead for the Warriors, as we said. Westwood back in the playoffs last year for the first time in 3 years. Lost a tough game to San Marcos. Talked to Coach Wood, kind of off the record. He said that made us hungry. That made us hungry. Here's this one in the direction of Hester. He'll take it at the 22. Turns upfield, running across the field. The coverage is there. Now changes direction, goes the other way, gets a block at the 30, breaks a tackle at the 28, shifting and is driven out of bounds at the 28-yard line. He ran about 70 yards and gained about 3 yards.
Well, it's just great spot discipline by your coverage team. You know, every time he beat someone, there was someone there to turn him back inside or turn him towards the sideline and really use that sideline as another defender. And by the time he thought he might have had some space, he turned around and there was a whole bunch of white jerseys surrounding him.
And the even better part about that, Stephen, for Westwood is with all that running, the clock now 6 seconds. Showing up on the board here at Birkelback, and that'll be time for about one play here for Eastview, but that is the key. That momentum has completely shifted, and the guys in white are holding that right now to be able to carry that into the locker room. And you will see the prevent defense here from Westwood as they will drop everybody back. And here is Eastview. 6 ticks left here in the half. Colson hands it off. They give it to their big hitter, Hester, who fumbles the ball, recovered by Westwood at the 49-yard line over on the far side as the clock expires. Big hit at the end of the half.
And that'll do it for the first half.
Darian DeBerry comes up with the ball after the big stick on Hester. What a way to finish. 2 big defensive plays right there. And the good guys head to the locker room with a nice lead.
Oh, and they are excited. We got coaches jumping up and down, players jumping up and down, fist bumping each other. They're loving it, and I can't imagine that fumble hurt the confidence at all.
Absolutely. 1 half complete. They'll go to the locker room. Westwood leads by a score of 24-7. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Your halftime show coming up. We'll have your Westwood Warrior Band and Sundancers. We'll take a trip to the Whataburger scoreboard. Warrior football continues in just a moment.
When it comes to championships,
Liberty Hill is going to state in softball. Celebration in Groesbeck. For the first time since 2001, the Groesbeck Goats are making a return trip to the Class 3A playoffs.
the Cedar Park Timberwolves in the state championship game.
In time, the Lady Trojans are going back to Austin. They have three-peated Region 1.
Count on us to take you there. This is KMAC Sports.
Your Warriors lead Eastview by a score of 24-7 as we get ready to go field side here on WWSN, the Westwood Warrior Band,
Best of the West,
and Sundancers.
Lizzie Wilkes, and the Sunshine Award goes to Rhea Chandane. Ladies and gentlemen, your Westwood Sundancers.
I'd rather do it right now than on the
Hey, where's you doing it? The Westwood Warrior Band continues this halftime performance with their Spirit Show. This year's Spirit Show features the song Uprising by Muse. as their fall competition show, Celestial Motion. Your Westwood Warrior Band, the Bench of the West. Swim majors for the Warrior: Sonia Bellotta, Sophia Castaneda, Shelley Castleberry, Bernard Falk, and Connie Sherwood. Directors for the Warrior Band are Thomas Turpin, Brittany Dacey, Brandon Winters. Percussion director is Mikey Sheeran, and color guard director is Chris Josie. The Westwood Warrior Band would like to thank sponsor
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field those darlings of Georgetown, the award-winning Eastview Sparklers.
As an added bonus, we are going to listen into the Eastview Marching Band.
Dance Officer, Junior Lieutenant Aubrey Jordan, Senior Lieutenant Jackie Adams, First Lieutenant Madison Rand, and Captain Peyton Russell. Sparkler social officers are Emma Guerin, Samantha Badelis, and head social officer Erica Pineda. Sparkler of the week, Brianna Ruiz. Sparklers are bringing a little sunshine with them the day before streamer dance routine. Katrina and the Wave, walking on sunshine. David Arnold, and Michael Price, arranged by Daniel Montoya Jr. Tonight's Patriots band is performing three of the movements. Here with soloist Brendan Hampton on the euphonium, Isabella Lara on trombone, and Alex Alford on flute. Is the East Patriot Band in their premiere performance of the 2018 marching season. Criminal, who welcomed them with a tremendous round of applause.
Great halftime show going on here at Birkelback as we bring it back to our broadcast position. 24-7 lead for the Westwood Warriors. 21 unanswered points for the good guys to go ahead after a 7-3 ball game that was working there in the first quarter, but Westwood responds nicely, and a lot of that, the defense really making that momentum change. We talked about that as the game was progressing right there, as Dr. Sankow twisting and tweaking the knobs. Stephen Kabler, back with us, and Stephen, welcome, man. You are doing an excellent job, my friend. This is great.
Well, I really appreciate
this. This
that.
is great.
Happy to be here. Glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So your thoughts? Kind of thought Westwood might have been in a little bit of trouble there, but you said it earlier, and I just repeated it. 21 unanswered points for these guys.
Yeah, that first drive, I feel like they really they caught Eastwood, not Eastwood.
Clint.
The Patriots.
Clint.
Sorry about that. Caught them off guard with the offensive scheme, and really just marched down the field. Were unable to convert to get a touchdown, but got the easy 3 points. But then really stalled out. Like we talked about, stalled out, and really had to rely on the defense there to keep them in this game. And boy, did they, holding Eastview to 7 points and keeping them there. And then really the defense was the momentum turner that we talked about. That huge stop with the huge sack really got everybody on the Westwood sideline jazzed up, ready to go. And then it was just all cylinders started clicking. Holes started to open up for the running backs. RJ Martinez really started to settle in and throw the ball better. We saw us running with those 2 touchdowns, but he really started to throw the ball better. And then, it just took you have to catch a couple breaks, and on special teams, we were able to catch some breaks and recover that muffed kickoff there. And really what I've been most impressed with is this defense ability to hold Zion Hester in check. They have really keyed in on him and not let him get going, because he can do it. He can do it quickly.
He can.
And they've just been able to, he's going to get his, and you just got to limit that. You're never gonna you're not going to stop him. He's too talented. He's too quick. But they're doing everything they can to limit him, and they've been successful so far. Still got a long way to go, an entire second half. 30 minutes here to play in this game, and just got to come out with the same mindset. And get back to work and finish off this game.
Indeed, 24-7, the halftime score. Let's quickly take a look at your Whataburger scoreboard here, as Whataburger, one of our sponsors here, along with or sponsor of the Westwood Football Booster Club. Warriorsports.org, more information there if you'd like to become a part of that fine group of sponsors. Something happening out in Cedar Park. Big story right there. About 7 minutes to go in that ball game. Cedar Park has gotten on the board, but they continue to trail Vandy by a score of 22-7. So Vandergrift leads that ball game. Taking a look at other area action, and we'll kind of stretch this out around the area. Bernie leads Yoakum. That's somewhat of a surprise right there, 40-14. Meanwhile, the other big Leander ISD battle we talked about, Rouse leads Vista Ridge by a score of 12-6. About 7 minutes remaining in that one. Both of those broadcasts available right here on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. You can catch the broadcast. Other 13-6A action. Killeen leads Stony Point by a score of 14-13. That's a good one there, and you got about 6 minutes to go in that one. Brandeis leads Johnson. This is San Antonio area, 21-17. Brackenridge trails Somerset. That is a 28-24 score. Elsewhere, Liberty Hill leads Glenn, and that is a 28-14 score there. Over in AISD, third quarter score just underway. LBJ and Elgin tied at 7 apiece. The Lockhart Lions, the old alma mater, they lead Travis by a score of 27-0. Good one going on in Dripping tonight. Dripping Springs 27, Kerrville Tivy 24. Really good game there. Lehman trails Canyon by a score of 37-3, so that one a little bit out of control over in Hayes County. College Station over Foster, 27-26. That is a halftime score. Elsewhere around the area, 13-6-8. Del Valle leads McNeil 14-13. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter there. San Marcos, the Battle of Hays County, your two benchmark longtime Hays County schools. Hays 21, San Marcos 10. San Marcos definitely in a rebuilding phase. They lost a lot of talent from that nice run that they had last year when they had the playoff win here over Westwood. Elsewhere out of the San Antonio area, Marshall leads MacArthur 21-14. That's a third quarter score. At the half, O'Connor and Cibolo Steele, they are tied up at 7. Let's take a look back to 13-6A. Round Rock leads Harker Heights. That's 22-7. They've got about 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter there. Out of the AISD ranks once again, Aikens 21 over Crockett. 21-8 is a score there. Westlake Chaparrals lead Belton at the half. That's a 24-10 tilt right now. Conley trails Austin High 28-20. Austin High, the next opponent for your Westwood Warriors, 7:30 at Dragon Stadium next Friday. For that 7:30 kickoff, we'll be on the air at 7:15. Your chat with the chief, head coach Anthony Wood, and other scores from the immediate area. Actually, right around here, Lorena leads China Springs. That is a 21-14 score. Hillsboro 45, West 7. Wimberley and Burnett. This is a game near and dear here to my man Steven. A couple of really good schools right there. They're deadlocked at 13 at the half there.
Yeah, really. I've been keeping my eye on it close. That is my alma mater. Got to keep an eye on the team. They had a good run last year, but lost their leader at quarterback, JoJo Weeks. But we got some good people coming back, and it's a stout defense. And Coach Warren's got everybody out there. I'm out there ready to go, I'm sure. So I'm going to keep my eye on that one. And hopefully the boys can pull it out tonight out there.
So now we've got Wimberley, Lockhart, and Rockport represented here in the booth. Boy, I'll tell you, it's a small town feel right here in the big city. As this press box was shaking just a minute ago. It was shaking, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm not. Yeah, we Sang and I looked at each other, wondering what exactly was happening.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you guys, I hope that, obviously you don't want Eastview to come back and beat Westwood, but if they do, this thing is going to fall forward because that was just for them coming back out on the field.
I don't know. Yeah, they were jumping around. Here it goes again. We've started once again with the shaking.
Nice. WarriorSports.org, the official website of the Westwood Football Booster Club and the Westwood football team. Our presentation tonight here on WWSN, powered by KMAX Sports and the Vype Media Network, presented by ATX Football, the Austin Youth Football League, Fabulous Affairs Catering, Ferguson.com, your kitchen, bath, and lighting gallery, Flicks Brew House, Nasal and Sinus Center of Austin, Torchy's Tacos right there at 15521 Ranch Road 620, and Whataburger, 13201 Ranch Road 620. Whataburger, our presenting sponsor as well of our halftime scoreboard. And we hope you did enjoy our weekly presentation of the Westwood Warrior Band and Sun Dancers. We will have that every week. That is a staple. A lot of times, that's our favorite time of the week because, and we got to give a lot of love to the band, to the Sun Dancers, to the tribe. Everybody dressed in orange here tonight. Those kids have been working just as hard as these athletic programs, and the volleyball team as well. The band, those folks, they're out there in the heat, triple digits for 50 some odd days around here, and they're busting their tails out there, and that's some solid labor as well. So good support system right there. That helps the team.
Oh, absolutely. And have you ever seen how they march and they have to keep their legs straight and their feet, and it actually is really a strong leg workout. And most of the time they don't even get to be out there on the field. They're in the parking lot with the markings on it, and that gets hot.
Yeah, very hot. And they do a fine job. I remember my days of playing football, riding the pine. I always liked listening to the band. They sounded good. They were right behind me as I sat on the bench. Robbie Ying drops back. That's been a utility man tonight. And back there with him is Nate Anderson. He's been a firecracker tonight.
Big number 4.
They stand back around the 10. as Reed Honstein gets ready to kick it off. 24-7, 1 half to go here in the opener. This one right down the middle. This will be Ying all the way back. Carries him, called for a fair catch, and they're going to spot him right around the 4-yard line. The momentum carried him back into the end zone. So a nice deep hole here for the Westwood offense to start off the half.
And that's been the story. That's been the story all day long. Really, we've been pinned back inside the 15 and the 10-yard line, but more often than not tonight we've been able to come out of it. So let's see if we can get a strong start here to the second half and put some more points on the board.
Started this ball game here at Birkelbach, 93 grueling degrees to start off here. By the time we were set to get to the fourth quarter, it's supposed to cool off to about 86. So we're getting there.
Hey, we're out of the 90s.
Yeah. Rain chances coming up here with your long weekend. So 1st and 10, they go left to right here to start the third quarter. On the ground, a little bit of room right there. And just as the game started, Mario Debs gets it started and bounces out to the 30 for a gain of 5 on first down. Well, 6. Well, PA says 6, so we'll say 6.
We'll take 6.
We'll take 6. 6 is better than 5 most of the time. Trips here to the near side. Empty set over on the short side. Debs stands in the backfield. Motion man across is Hegde. Takes a snap, going back on the ground with Debs. He finds a little bit of hole running behind them hamburgers, advances out to the 40. Will pick up a first down on the run as he just lowers his head and follows big old Jason Telez.
Definitely getting shades of that first drive at the opening drive of the game here, just pushing the ball, moving the offensive line, moving the front four of the defense at will, front three, if you will, getting some good holes to run.
1st and 10 from the 40. Here's R.J. Martinez. He will give it to Debs once again. This time Debs met immediately at the line of scrimmage and dropped. So nice penetration that time for Eastview. Their first really nice stop here of this very young second half. Cortez in on the stop. Did get a yard, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, that hole shut up real quick. It was there for a split second, and then it was filled very quickly, and that's how he was only able to get 1 out of that run.
And big thanks back at the KMAC Broadcast Studios, Vype Media Group. Mike Miller, our quality administrator tonight. So, Mike, thank you. Welcome to all the fun that is Texas high school football on Friday night. Swing pass complete out over on the far side. That one complete at the 42 all the way down to the 47. There's lots of action happening over on the far sideline. As that the first reception of the night for Mohan Hegde.
And
was it Anderson? Pardon me.
No, it wasn't Anderson. Anderson actually set the block on the outside, and I was just getting ready to say it was a fantastic block out there on the outside to allow him to get a couple extra yards out of that swing pass.
Gain of about 5.5 brings up 3rd down and 3. The line of scrimmage is the Eastview 41 with 10:22 to go here in the third quarter. 24-7 ball game. Westwood leads over Eastview. As we said, next week, 7:30. Our only other 7:30 game at this point is that'll be against Austin High. Home game over at Dragon Stadium over off of 620. Here is a quick handoff. Anderson with some running room, and he'll bounce it out past the midfield stripe down to the Eastview 48-yard line. Another first down. This is nice when you do have that experienced bunch of guys up front where they're just controlling the line of scrimmage. The 3 of us could probably get a couple of yards.
Oh, absolutely.
Or he could. Stephen could.
And they're just going to lean on you all game. And by the fourth quarter, you're just going to be dog-tired where they're going to be able to run all over you.
2 receivers set to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Here is Martinez. Takes the snap and runs to the far side. Turns the corner. Nice step out of bounds at the 40.5-yard line. That's a nice move.
Yeah, and that's run all the way. You can see him tuck the ball as soon as he gets it, and instead of trying to lower his head and get a couple extra yards, he understands, hey, it's only 1st or 2nd down. I'm going to get out of bounds and protect myself. Heads-up move right there by Martinez.
wwsportsnetwork@gmail.com if you'd like to shoot us over an email. The email box is open, and we'd love to hear from you and yours from wherever you may be listening from. 2 receivers each side. In motion man across is Ian Cox. Here's a quick rollout. This one complete as he hits Cox out in the flat, turns upfield, and is driven out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So a nice gain of 3 yards there, Ian Cox. Cox looking for a flag as there was all kinds of extracurriculars happening over there on the sideline.
We had a Monogenobi flop out there from 23, who was that? Isaiah Quinton Jackson.
Yeah,
was looking to draw the foul there.
the ref was standing right there and wasn't having any of it.
No, and speaking of that, thanks to Manu Ginobili. I've been a Spurs guy for a long time, and that dude right there, I'm not going to say everything that he's given because we probably don't need to say all that on here. 1st and 10 coming up here. We'll get back to Manu here in just a second. Oh, trips is Debs. But, yeah, what a career for Manu Ginobili.
Oh, absolutely. Just one of the stalwarts out there for the Spurs, and just one of the greatest to ever do it. He's a fantastic player, and he showed it out there day in and day out, working on and off the court.
A lot of good things in that community, and he's another one of those guys when you really take not only what he did, with San Antonio and the championships and all that, but his total scope of work outside of the NBA. He's like the Warren Moon thing with Canada.
Oh, yes.
It's unbelievable, except Ginobili has a lot of championships.
That's also true.
Here is the pass, jump ball. Provednikov turns back around and breaks away from the coverage and goes out of bounds. Matt Provednikov with a circus catch. How about him coming off the coverage?
Well, he cuts back to make a great adjustment on the ball, and what we really got to talk about is there was a middle blitz from the linebacker, goes unblocked, and Martinez just has to get the ball out of his hands, does his absolute best to throw a great ball up there, and receiver just comes back and makes a play on the ball. Fantastic.
All the way down to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal here for Westwood. Really liking what I'm seeing out of this R.J. Martinez right here. He had some huge shoes to fill from Mr. Thursday Night Will Jennings, and he looks awful comfortable here in the captain's seat. Here is a shovel pass underneath. Ian Cox all the way down to the 1-yard line. Cox just short of the goal line. Saw Cox score 3 touchdowns last year on that very play, and just shy of the goal line. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
And this is right in the R.J. Martinez run wheelhouse right here, so keep an eye out for that one.
Here's Martinez, got Provednikov here from under center. Will just fall forward. That's a Westwood touchdown, 1-yard dive for R.J. Martinez. Touchdown number 3 tonight for the young guy.
And that's something you really don't see very often anymore in the high school game is that under center and that little quick snap that we just saw right there, and it really caught the Eastview defense off guard. I think he just walked right up there, acted like he was maybe gonna, change the play or say something to his center, and then boom, underneath it, quick snap, touchdown.
Indeed, here is Cactus Jack Elliott for the extra point. He stays perfect on the night. That one up and true. 8:26 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Westwood comes out firing on all cylinders, just the way they ended the half. The new score, 31-7. Here from Birkelbach. A reminder, if you've been around here for any amount of time, your sinus, you probably have allergy or sinus issues in some form or fashion. I've been in Central Texas all of my life, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but it's more than 40. I will just tell you that. And I've got allergy issues that I never had before with just all the stuff that's going on in the air. If you are having these problems, Nasal and Sinus Center of Austin, they're the folks that you need to contact. Check them out online, nscaustin.com. 2 locations, one located there in Austin at 12309 North Mopac, and a location in Lakeway. Your medical and surgical solutions for all of your nasal congestion, whatever it may be, balloon sinuplasty, whatever it is, they will take care of it. Nasal and Sinus Center of Austin, proud supporter of Westwood football. 31-7 game here with 8:26 to go. Nice statement coming out for Westwood there to keep grinding and just add to the total.
Exactly the way you want to start off the second half.
Here's a short kick, trying that once again. This one taken at the 28. And the coverage once again, just great coverage down there by Special Forces. Malachi Woodard is down there to drop after a 2-yard return. That time on the return, that was, I believe, Antoine Mays.
And it's one of those things, keep doing that until they beat you.
Mm-hmm.
That short kick, you're going to give up a little bit of field position, but you're making quick tackles on the kickoff, and then your defense is holding strong, and if it can keep doing that like it's been doing all night, keep doing that short kick because you don't want to give the ball to Zion Hester.
Indeed. Here's Jackson Colson making his way back out. Hester there in the backfield. One receiver split to each side. They go right to left here in the third quarter. Colson with the handoff to Hester, and he is just bottled up after about a 3-yard gain. Just great penetration there as it's Eric Hawkins off of the front line there. That front line's just been massive all night.
Oh, they've come in here. They put a hat on a hat, gotten past blocks, and done exactly what they've needed to do thus far.
Hawkins along with Flores, Ethan Brown, Damon Harris, they have controlled the line of scrimmage here tonight. 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9 from the 32. Here's Colson, quick swing pass, this one complete at the 37, turning upfield. Nice sticking with the ball carrier there by Zach Hoover. On the pass there is Little. Shy of the first down as he advances out to the 40. 8-yard gain. It's going to bring up a big, and this is big in a 31-7 ball game for Eastview. 3rd down and 2.
This would be a big stop right here for the defense. Put the ball back into a young, confident quarterback's hands to really kind of slam the door on this game. So this is big.
Here's Colson back out. A rare huddle. Play is this so big that they huddled. That's a big deal.
Got to make sure they get it right.
That's right. Single back in the backfield from under center. Here is Colston in somewhat of an I formation. Turns around, hands it off to Hester, and he's dropped at the 35-yard line. Will Clitheroe, 5-yard loss for the Westwood defense.
Yeah, they were ready for it, and Clitheroe just got off his blocks, was right there ready to meet Zion Hester in the backfield, put him down for a loss. Big stop for this defense. They are looking very, very formidable tonight.
From 3rd and 2 all the way back to 4th and 7. Line of scrimmage now the 35. And once again, Honstein will come out to punt it away. Standing back deep at the 30 is Ying. 7 minutes to go here in the third. Nice snap. Kick is off. Nice punt. That one's just kind of sails. Fair catch called for and made at the 32. And nice field position coming up here for Westwood as they'll have their second drive coming up on the offense with 6:51 to go in the third. 31-7 is our score. Tell you, it's other than the 3 and out that we saw, pretty flawless ball game here for the guys in white tonight.
I mean, you couldn't ask your defense to do anything more. You give up 7 points on the first drive of the game. That's going to happen a lot.
Sure.
Because you're not used to the offense you're going against. But other than that, they've been stepping up good, doing exactly what they need to do, and the offense coming out here and showing that they, even though they're young, they've got a lot they can work with.
A little misdirection, trying a little bit of reverse there to Anderson, but Eastview all over that one. That's one of the few times that we've watched Anderson go down quickly, and he loses a yard, and it brings up 2nd down and 11. Some nice play by the defense. I'll tell you, that game, Rouse and Vista Ridge, that one has totally got out of control. 2 minutes to go. Rouse now leads 34-6 over Vista Ridge. Rouse, who's gone to 5A. Very similar situation here, 5A versus 6A, but 5A with the advantage there. Crosstown rivals in that ball game. 2nd down and 11. Here they're going to try it again. Anderson quickly turns upfield and follows a block. Got a nice block there as he got behind big number 75, Daniel Lakowski, and gets down to the 39.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic vision. That's another jet sweep play that's designed to go all the way around to the outside. But he stops on a dime here and cuts back inside and gets a good chunky yardage out of it.
3rd down and about 7 here for Westwood. We'll call it 6 as the clock rolls with 5:38 to go in the third. Shifting out in motion is Anderson. 2 receivers split to each side. A little bit of time. Martinez looking. Swings this one now out on the bubble screen down to the 41-yard line as he's able to connect with Hegde. He'll be shy of the first down. Needed to get out to about the 43.
And with the way your defense is playing, do you go for it here?
I'll tell you what, you're going to find here, Stephen, as long as you, well, I was just, he's proven me different. I was just about to say, you're going to see this head coach of Westwood likes to roll the dice.
Okay.
He likes to roll the dice, but as I said, when I talked to him the other day, very, very calm, very collected, very, very subdued. Of course, they've had some time off, but he'll punt it away. in a 31-7 ball game. That tends to factor in. King gets a nice kick. This one just kind of sat there and floated. Just taking a roll. It's going to get down to the 29.
His best punt of the evening right there.
Yeah, for sure. Elsewhere, 13-6A as we begin to wind these down. 1:15 to go over at the Palace. Stony Point leads Killeen 21-14. Cedar Park's trying to come back, but they're running out of time. 1:20 to go there. Vandergrift's going to knock them off, 29-13. This one right here is surprising. Cedar Ridge is in the top 10 of some of these rankings in State 6A football. They trail going into the fourth, 38-18. Right now to Temple. Here's a first down play for Eastview. Handoff. Hester's got some running room. Turns the corner at the 35-40. Knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. There's a hit coming over Hawkins. Chases him down. Round Rock leads Harker Heights as they start the fourth, 22-7. And Del Valle leads McNeil as they start the fourth, 21-13. Picking up the first down. Here's Colson. Throwing the lob, that one up over the head, almost picked off. Nice diving effort on the near sideline. Stretching out for that one, Cam Colvin. And Colvin ran a long way to get that.
Yeah, just a great break on the ball. Colson let it sail on him. Colvin had a play on the ball, dives after it, fantastic effort. Just bobbles out of his hands a little bit whenever he makes contact with the ground.
Clock stops with 4:17 to go. Second down and 10. 4 receivers to the near side. Snap taking off is Colson. Nice open field tackle right there. That's how you draw it up. And that's Demarius Jones as he comes over and just great open field tackle. The only way to describe that.
It was good. It was good on the defense to not shift everyone over to cover up this diamond formation down here on the other side to leave people on the opposite side to make that tackle as well.
Third down and 6, 2 backs in the backfield with 2 receivers split to the near side and a single receiver over to the far side as he's flanking out Carlos Ochoa. Play clock at 9. They better hurry up and get this one off. Motion man coming across. A little trouble with the snap. Gives it to the motion man on the fly sweep and able to turn the corner upfield is Kobe Cavanaugh. He'll pick up the first down. Nice play selection there from the Eastview offense. Cavanaugh had a nice beat on that one. Turned right upfield, ran right behind right guard to pick up that first. Here's Hester as he advances inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line as the clock continues to roll with 3:10 to go in the third.
And this is really where you wanted to keep the Eastview out of. Whenever they get rolling, they get a few first downs and they start picking up their pace. Can really tire you out, and we've been able to keep that in check, but they seem to keep it rolling right now.
Trips to the near side, single receiver to the far side for Colson. He will hand it off to Hester. Big move at the line of scrimmage and darts into the open field and is brought down at the 31-yard line. And there's the best sign that we've seen it tonight for Hester, that move at the line and then the quick jolt the other direction.
Oh, yeah, it was a fantastic move, and he got into the open field, but was met with a boom.
Yeah, he was.
There. He's shifting. He can make that man miss, but it was a great open field tackle.
Does pick up the first. Swing pass complete at the 25, breaking the tackle at the 20, brought down at the 16-yard line. That's a nice grab out there on the outside by Carlos Ochoa, and a nice bullet thrown there from Colson.
Yeah, it was a good anticipated throw right into the hands of the receiver.
Another first down, line of scrimmage now the 15. Here's Colson. Nice quick drive here. Hester bounces to the outside, now running right. And it'll be brought down at about the 10-yard line. They'll spot him at the 11. Clock rolls with 2:14 to go, so Eastview on a nice little run here.
He didn't get very far, but I feel like he took about 40 steps there. His feet are moving quick.
Yeah, he's very, very shifty.
Yes.
Shifty. Pistons a pumping, as we used to say. Second down and 6 from the 11. 1:58 to go in the third. Here's Colson, takes a snap. Pass complete out on the far side at the 10, turning upfield. That ball is on the ground. That's Westwood football. Big hit there. And coming up with the ball, I believe that is Zach Hoover.
Just put the helmet right on the ball, popped it out, and they got a break there. It stayed in bounds. It could have easily rolled out of bounds. Stayed in bounds, pounced on the ball. stop the points from going up on the board. And there it is. We've been talking about it all night. Defense, they get down, they get pushed back a little bit, and then they stand up and they make a play.
This defense has been amazing tonight. It's one of the questions that we had as the season started. You knew the defense was experienced. You knew that they would be pretty massive. Would the offense be able to do their part? And they certainly have tonight, at least. And the balance, if you've got a scale right now, if you've got a seesaw, that thing is sitting pretty straight right now on both sides of the ball here for this Westwood team.
I would have to agree with you completely. It's been everyone doing their part.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line after the turnover. Here is a give, just trying to get out of the shadows of your own end zone. There is the hard running all the time is Mario Debs. There you see it once again.
And he was inches from busting that thing all the way down to the other end.
Debs has always been, for several years he was kind of the second running back on this team, but that's exactly what you get from him every time. He takes a ball and doesn't really care about his body. He just goes. Picks up 4, 2nd down at 6, motion man out. That is Debs. Here is Martinez from his end zone. Nice underneath pattern. Here's Mazzola, hauls it in, gets to the 20, breaks a tackle, the 25-yard line, continues to break tackles. He'll get on the ground right there. Big hitter. Man, Luca Mazzola, that's where you see the speed right there.
And
he had about 11 guys around him.
That play right there was a little bit of a hybrid from the running back screen we saw earlier that just missed and the crossing route. He was like on a crossing screen, if you will, that was a perfect pass in there, gave him some running room, had some great blocks downfield from his receivers, and picks up a good chunk of yards.
13 big yards all the way out to the 27. Under a minute to go. 1st and 10. Here's Martinez. 2 receivers to the far side, going to give it to Anderson. As Anderson spells Debs here for just a little bit, and he quickly gets out to the 34 for a nice gain on 1st down. He'll pick up 7 yards, bring up 2nd down and 3 as the clock rolls with 24 seconds to go here in a quick 3rd quarter. So we'll see if the 4th drags on. It's fast, slow, fast.
Looks like we're just going to head into the end of the quarter here, let the clock run out.
They'll go ahead and let that one run out. Another nice quarter for Westwood. They continue that momentum, and they keep scoring, most importantly, and don't give Eastview anything. 1 quarter to go here from Georgetown ISD Stadium. Burkle backfield. Westwood on top of Eastview by a score of 31-7. WWSN powered by KMAX Sports on the Vype Sports Network. Warrior football continues in just a moment.
Missed the big play of the game, or maybe you just didn't make it home in time.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Check out the audio archives page on the KMAX Sports homepage where you can catch up with your favorite teams. It's all right there for you at KMAXSports.com, where we're bringing your teams to you.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. And that means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
4th quarter action coming up. Westwood leads Eastview by a score of 31-7 here from Burkle backfield. Westwood rolling along once again. They'll now go right to left here in the 4th quarter with that nice advantage, 31-7. Here's motion man across. That is Cox on the ground once again. Mario Debs just gaping holes once again. It's all the way down past the 35 to the 39. And when you win that line of scrimmage battle, and Westwood's winning it on both sides of the ball tonight, it just makes it easy.
Well, and when you have this O-line that we've just been talking so highly of all night, they're just leaning on you all night. This experienced big offensive line, they're just going to get tired. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big break run here coming up soon.
From the 39, here's Martinez going to throw the deep ball, looking for the speedster. Provednikov on the far side, hauls it in. Big catch, Matt Provednikov inside the 25-yard line. They'll spot him at the 23. Big hitter. There's the arm from R.J. Martinez.
And you can't get much better than that. I mean, he dropped it right in the breadbasket there. It was a perfect throw over the outside shoulder on the sideline where the receiver could keep his feet in bounds absolutely a dime of a throw right there.
And Provednikov about 2 steps ahead of the coverage over on the far side. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. You are correct on that, my friend. 1st and 10 from the 23, deep in Eastview territory. Debs on the give. He'll pound to the 20. Gets inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line.
He just kind of sits back there. He reminds me of a Darren Sproles type
he does.
back in the day.
Yeah.
And he's shifty, and he can just sit back behind the line, behind the offensive line, and then he can make his move when he sees it open up, and then he's gone.
Yeah, he and Anderson both with the vision that you talked about earlier. These guys, they see stuff happening before it actually does. You know, when they teach you how to drive, they say you look way out ahead, and that's what these guys do. 2nd down and 5, the line of scrimmage now the 18 as we're just underway here in the 4th in the 31-7 contest. On the give, Anderson, he's got running room. He runs left and bounces all the way down, or drives all the way down. Actually, they'll spot him at the 13. That time he gets behind the sophomore, Vasquez, and
Close
he just
to
goes.
first down.
Yep.
They're going to pull him up just short.
Yeah. 3rd down and about half a yard, we'll call it. Here's Martinez. Let's see if they take a shot. Anderson stands in the backfield from under center once again. Easily Martinez will just, this time he jumps behind big Daniel Lakowski.
Keep that clock moving. Keep that clock moving.
Does indeed. Picks up the 1st down. Too rare. We've seen it twice tonight, and I can tell you in the 8 years, this is my 8th year that I've done Westwood football. I don't remember a quarterback being under center for Westwood very often.
Well, it shows his versatility.
For sure.
And, you know, as he gets more comfortable under center, that may be something that you bring in to the fold full time just to throw the defense off, because you've been doing this for 8 years and you haven't seen it. Those coaches haven't seen it much in recent memory either.
Absolutely. You called it. 2 receivers split to each side. Now motion man across Provednikov. And a penalty marker on the play. Looks like this one could be a false start. And indeed it is. As this one against the big man, Lakowski, over on the left side, or on the right side, pardon me. And they'll step it off 5 yards and bring up 1st down and 15. The line of scrimmage now the Eastview 17 here for Westwood as they look for more points here in week 1.
Can still get that 1st down, though, without scoring, which is always nice.
9:35 to go here in the ball game. You hear the wind picking up just a little bit here. Cold front due in here, or at least out of the triple digits. Martinez throwing the far corner of the end zone. There's the grab. Wait for the signal. There it is. Touchdown, Westwood. Matt Provednikov, I believe it was, and he went into that wall over on the far side. Yes, it's Matt Provednikov, 17-yard touchdown.
What another fantastic throw that we get from Martinez. He has really just come out and shown us that this is his job, and he's happy to have it. He's going to keep slinging this ball around the field. Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong.
Provednikov. Yeah,
Provednikov.
Matt Provednikov.
Obviously with those 2 big catches right there, but he started off real slow, but has come on real strong here in the second half.
Cactus Jack Elliott, he stays perfect on the night. Kicks that one right into the field house just for exclamation purposes. And Westwood adds to the lead now 38-7 here with 9:27 remaining. So pretty darn good stat line here tonight for R.J. Martinez with that touchdown pass. His 2nd touchdown pass of the night. A 13-yarder to Mazzola earlier, now that 17-yarder to Provednikov. 3 touchdowns on the ground for the young guy. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's a great way to start your career as a starting quarterback. 5 total touchdowns. Still have 9.5 minutes to go. You wonder if we start to maybe see a little bit of Robbie Yang here at the quarterback position, just to get him some reps in. He's been out there today and has done his job well at the receiver and the punting and the return man spot. But maybe with this big lead, you'd like to see him get a few reps with the ones out there.
Indeed. WarriorSports.org, official website of Westwood Football and the Booster Club. Torchy's Tacos, homegrown taco restaurant right in Austin, Texas, and 17 cities right around the fabulous United States. Of course, the Westwood faithful, they like to go to 13201 Ranch Road 620. It's right there at 620 and Lake Creek. And we welcome Torchy's Tacos to that location as a great, proud supporter and sponsor of Westwood football. If you'd like to do that, hit up the website at warriorsports.org. Kickoff coming up here from Elliott. Kicks this one into, I believe now we've got a wind. Actually got the wind behind him. Taking it at the 5, looking for some running room and finding it at the 30. You got the speedster here, Hester, trying to get to midfield. He does. Big block there. Going to have a penalty as Hoover. He was horse-collared as he was in hot pursuit.
I think they might call a block in the back here.
Yeah.
But that's why you haven't been kicking it to him all night.
Correct, absolutely.
The first time he fields it on a deep kick, he takes it back 60 yards.
Yeah.
And could have gone all the way if he would have got a legal block there.
And he again, you see the speed right there where he gets in that open field and he just puts it in a whole nother gear.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you watch him. He makes his first cut, his second cut, sees open green grass, and then his strides just get substantially longer. And it's like you said, it's a whole nother gear.
So they will bring that one back. The biggest hitter of the night right there for Eastview, but it's all for naught in the 38-7 ball game.
And really just an unfortunate mistake there by the cover team because he was going to get tackled. He wasn't really going much further, and Hester's teammate there just really caught him all back. He wasn't in any position to set the block up, but
yeah,
that's one thing. It's first game of season. Go back, look at tape. Learn from your mistakes and don't do it next time.
Used to have a coach that said if you're going to make a mistake, make an aggressive mistake. That was a very aggressive mistake.
Yes, it was.
Fortunately for that young guy, it's a 38-7 ball game. If that had been a deciding factor there, it could have been much worse. Here's a swing pass from Colson. This one out. That one hauled in. That'll be a first down. Big first down play there as Devon Little on the receiving end of that one picks up about 12 yards. They'll move the sticks.
Picked up just about what they lost on the penalty there.
Yeah, I did. So that one into Warrior territory. The clock sits at 9:06 remaining here in the ball game. Line of scrimmage is the 46. Jackson Colson gets a sign, and he will take this out of the gun. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side. They go left to right here in the fourth quarter. In the backfield now is Colt Cobble, the junior. He stands to the right of Colson. Motion man across. That's Little. Colson rolling this direction. Pass complete at the 41, trying to turn upfield. Hoover, he manages to get away from Hoover, but coming in to make the stop. Nice open field tackle once again by Connor Cooper. Gain of about 7. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 3 here for Eastview. Trips to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Colson hands it on the ground, trying to bounce to the outside. Hester, nice action from behind. And once again, that's your defensive MVP tonight, Damon Harris.
I was going to say, guess who? Big old number 8 right there.
Yep.
Chasing down Hester and making the play when they need it most.
Hester comes off the field there. Don't know if that's exhaustion or he may have taken a bad hit there from Hester or from Harris. Here's a swing pass out to the outside, turning upfield at the 30. A little bit of running room. Nice hustle over on the far side and out of bounds. And that's Devon Little. Little, we've seen some nice speed out of him as well tonight. Does pick up another first down. They spot it at the 19. And timeout called here by Anthony Wood on the Westwood side to slow this down.
Yeah, that's a good move. Your defense may be starting to get a little tired. They've been busting their rears all night, making stop after stop. And the past couple drives, even though they came up with a fumble on the last one, they're still giving up yards and getting tired. Let them get a quick breathe in and some water, and see if they can pull up another stop like they did on the last trip down.
Taking a look at those scores in 13-6A as we progress. Just starting the fourth quarter, Temple is putting it on Cedar Ridge. That's now 45-18 over in Temple. Round Rock all over Harker Heights. They're 36-7 in that ball game. Del Valley is now on top of McNeil, 31-19. The finals from tonight: Vandy does beat Cedar Park 29-13. Stony Point beats Killeen 21-14. 34-14, the final is Rouse beats Vista Ridge. And, of course, from last night, Hendrickson 56-7 over Texarkana. And Leander spoils the debut of Weiss High School over in Pflugerville, 23-3. The final on that one. Scoreboards presented by Whataburger, 13201 Ranch Road 620. That's FM 620 and Lake Creek Parkway. Quick pass into the end zone. That one knocked away. Nice coverage back there as the defender fell down, but coming back from the backside was Cam Colvin.
He's back there playing that safety position, and he has some really good field vision. Every time that ball's gone up in the air, he almost came down with the interception on this end earlier, but made a really good play on the ball right there to break up that pass.
Put a nice hit there on Little as well. Kind of stung him really nicely there as he came in for the backside. 2nd down and 10, the line of scrimmage at 19, so inside the red zone here for Eastview. 3-step drop, Colson's pass over on the far side. This time he hits Hester in the flats. That one is a touchdown, 19-yarder. Nice chemistry there between those two.
Well, and that's something we really haven't seen a whole lot tonight. The only way they've been able to get Hester the ball tonight has been either in the jet sweep or a direct handoff to him. That was a great pitch and catch right there from the Eastview. You can tell that's been something they've done in practice because that ball was thrown absolutely on the money.
Indeed. Here's Hunstein on for his extra point attempt. With 7:59 to go. All sorts of movement up there. Here's, boy, I tell you, who was that? That was, man, stretching out there was Jones. Demetrius Jones.
He really wanted that block because he looked like he almost had it too. He was laying out all the way, giving every little bit of effort here. Even when you're up big, you love to see your team just giving effort on every phase of the ball.
For sure. 38-14 now the score. I didn't even look to see if it went in. I was so distracted there with the giving it up play there by Jones. 38-14 as the Eastview able to finally get back on the board. They had the early score, but the Westwood defense has controlled since that point. And here we sit with 7:59 to go in this ball game. And the Westwood offense, as you mentioned earlier, we'll see if we start to see some other contributors come into the ball game at this point. That's somewhat comfortable lead right there, so hopefully that's something that stays intact. And for this Westwood team, they got to be pretty proud of their performance here tonight in Game 1.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's something you could tell that they came out and they really wanted to be the aggressor in this game, especially on the defensive end. Whenever coming out, they give up that early touchdown, but really just were able to impose their will essentially on everything that happened, and the offense fed off that and was able they were able to turn into a full team effort. And you really got to applaud the coaching staff and the kids for the preparation, and hopefully they can put it together like this all season because they're looking real good tonight.
Yeah, they are. Here's the kickoff, kicking it deep. This one heading to Anderson. He'll take it at the 8 and get to the 15. He'll take a knee right there. Oh, we got all kinds of action over here. Provednikov gets mixed up with Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Jackson loses his lid over there. As those two
they've kind of been going at it all evening, and I think it just came to a boiling point right there.
Quentin Jackson loses a helmet, and the referees are huddled up over there at the 15. With that penalty marker laying at the 20, so we'll wait the outcome here. That just looked like a situation there where you got two kids just playing football.
Heat of the moment. One team's got a substantial lead. The other, you've worked all summer long for this, and the first game maybe not going as well as you'd hoped, and everything just kind of boils over a little bit. I think you probably waved that one off, but they're not going to, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to call that one on Westwood. I think probably the determining factor there was the helmet coming off.
Yeah, it's hard to dispute that you didn't do anything when someone else loses their helmet.
Yeah, can't really run away from that one. So the line of scrimmage is now the 10 with 7:55 to go, first down. And here comes the Westwood offense out. Tavon Owsley now at the controls for the Westwood offense, the senior, and quickly this ball past him. He's going to have to get quick, boy. And then there's the play of the game
smarts right there. That's the intelligence and the smarts right there.
You see the play. Mario Debs, his quarterback in the end zone, he drags him out of the end zone. Drags Owsley out of the end zone to prevent the safety.
You don't often see someone tackle their own player, but when it prevents the other team from scoring points, you love to see it every time.
And some of that stuff you just can't teach that.
No,
that's
just football awareness.
Exactly. Here's Owsley. He will hand it off. Debs running right, or find some running room, running left, pardon me, and is driven out of bounds at the 16-yard line. 14-yard gain there for Mario Debs. His legs look just as fresh as they did in the first quarter.
Reward that young man for saving the 2 points and give him the ball.
Absolutely. Oliver Yu in the ball game. He lines up here to the near side as a wide receiver. Also in the ball game, Cameron Telesforo, the tight end, over on the far side. 3rd down and 4. You give it to the workhorse. Going to be just shy of the first down as he'll be spotted at the 19. Needed to get to the 20 was Mario Debs, and that'll bring up 4th down and 1. And we are seeing wholesale changes throughout the lineup here for Coach Anthony Wood.
See, but that's something that you really have to kind of be thankful for, is that you get a chance to get some of your 2s and 3s some time here underneath the lights in real game situation, away from home.
Yeah, because we've said it time after time on these broadcasts. You hate to think about it, but these guys are one hit away. I mean, you're one play away if you're not in that starting lineup. Here's Ying's kick. Takes a bounce at the 45, bounces into Eastview territory, and taken by Little, turning upfield into the Westwood side of the field. He's brought down, or spins away from a tackle at the 45, down to the 22-yard line. That right there is just somebody wanting to get to the other side of the ball field. Isaiah Quentin Jackson on the return, pardon me. I thought that was Little. But all the way down to the 22. Still a nice advantage, but coming off of a 3 and out, you get that far deep into the Westwood side of the field.
I mean, there's still 6 minutes left in this game. You got to have your, you've got to control the line of scrimmage when you got the ball on offense. Get first downs, run the clock down, and you can't be giving up plays like that on the punt. Bring it all the way down inside your 25-yard line. Now you put your defense on their heels, and they've shown up all night, but you can't rely on them too heavily like this.
From the 22, here is the pump fake. The pass wide open is out of the backfield once again. Hester for the touchdown, 22-yarder. Just like that. This is getting interesting.
It is getting interesting. I believe that was, if not the same play, a variant of the play they called on the last touchdown. Wide open. Just a missed assignment by a DB, and that's the one guy, we've said it all night, you can't miss your assignment on him.
Can't let him float out there in the open field. He's going to burn you every time. Extra point up and good. 6:06 remaining. I think a bunch of people over on the Westwood side were planning the trip to Pluckers on the way home just a couple of minutes ago. But now it's getting tight.
That's 14 quick ones.
38-21 the score here from Birkelback. And so if you're Anthony Wood, what do you do now? Do you bring the ones back in, or are you going to... I don't know. I'll tell you this.
I mean, you would think maybe... you've still got that 17-point advantage.
For sure.
Try and one more possession, running the ball, see if you can get a couple first downs, run that clock underneath for maybe 3 minutes, and then if you end up getting a 3 and out and you have to punt it away and you end up getting the ball back, then you maybe think about bringing the ones back in.
Yeah, exactly. You can follow KMAX Sports on Twitter at KMAX Sports for all of your score updates. Busy Friday nights like this, you can follow along right there and know what's going on all around Central Texas. And if you don't do it that way, at the conclusion of tonight's ball game, in our post-game show presented by Flick's Brewhouse, we will have your Central Texas scoreboard and preview next week's contest, preview quickly next week's contest against the Austin High Maroons at Dragon Stadium. So Anderson drops back for the kickoff return. He stands at the 17, 18-yard line. As we said, he has been a spark plug tonight.
Onside kick.
And that one takes a bounce and goes out of bounds. And let's wait for the...
I feel like that one hit out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought that one went straight out of bounds.
Oh, penalty flag. There it comes out of the lineman's pocket there.
Thinking that should be Westwood football.
That was a perfect onside kick.
It was.
Though.
Very good onside kick.
Took the big hop that you wanted. Give your team a chance to get it, but I believe it went out of bounds.
And that one was going in the direction of Hegde, who was lined up there. They had the hands team out there, and Hegde, one of the not taller wide receivers. Ideally, you want that heading probably towards Matt Provednikov. He's got the longer legs. But the discussion happening out on the field here now, they're going to bring in the other officials. Coach Wood over on the far side gives his opinion.
Yes, as does this Eastview sideline.
Rob Davies as well. So let's see what happens here while they sort through this one. Line of scrimmage will be the 49-yard line, and it looks like it will be Westwood football.
All right, yep, that's the right call.
Yeah, offense is lined up and ready to go. So it sits on the 49 of the Warriors. 6:01 to go in the contest. 38-21. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. We'll be broadcasting all year right here at the Westwood Warriors Sports Network.
The W.
Powered by KMAX Sports and Vype Media. Glad to be a part of the Vype family. Great publication there, Vype Magazine. Grab yourself one of those or a digital version.
RJ back there.
Martinez is in the game. 1st and 10. Here is the handoff. Debs running right. Finds a hole. Turns upfield down to the 40-yard line. Just like that. First down, move the sticks.
It's you've been getting all the reps with the ones all preseason. There's just a little bit more of a confidence in the team when you're out there. That's nothing to say anything against Tavon Owsley.
For sure.
But he just hasn't quite had the reps with the ones that you'd like to see. And
yeah, and it is all the ones out there. You got the hamburgers all across the front. It's your original 5. You've got Hegde here to the near side, Provednikov and Ian Cox over to the far side. In the backfield is Debs. Debs gets a handoff. They're going to try to keep it as clean as possible, especially when you got a guy that can carry half the defense like that.
Absolutely, and you're just trying to ice this game right now and get a couple more first downs, maybe get 3, maybe get a touchdown on the board with 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes left in the game, and then you can kind of take a deep breath. When you give up 14 quick points like that, you gotta make sure you get back on that horse and take control of this game again.
2nd down and 5 from the 35. 3 timeouts for Eastview. Westwood with 2 in their pocket. Clock rolling with 4:45 to go in the ball game. Debs stays in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side, and they will go Debs once again. Hole closes up quickly as coming up from the secondary in on the stop is Jordan Oswald, the junior, as he darts in. So nice play there by Oswald. He got there, and he got there quick. Debs will check out, and that will bring the well-rested Nate Anderson into the ballgame.
And as a defense, it just has to hurt whenever they bring out Debs and they bring in Anderson, because it's like, do you never get a break? And you don't. Yeah. With both of those guys in the backfield and both of them able to split out wide, you never get a break.
Mazzola and Ying to the far side. Motion man is Anderson. They'll fake the jet sweep, and Martinez will keep it. Turns upfield. Nice move at the 30, down to the 25, inside to the 24. First down, big first down for R.J. Martinez.
He's got wheels. We found that one out tonight. He has some wheels on him, and he's got good vision when he's running. He's got a little bit of everything.
He does. Saw some nice touch on the ball to Provednikov earlier. 2 touchdown passes on the night here for R.J. Martinez, solidifying his spot right here as the starting quarterback here for the Westwood Warriors, falling in line with just a great line of Westwood quarterbacks. Trace it all the way back to Mark Murdoch when this school started. And they continue. You got Ben Johnson, Bear Fenimore, Here is the handoff. Anderson finds some running room, gets to the 20, inside the 15, all the way down to the 12. And that's where you see the burst. We've talked about it several times throughout tonight. Just another example right there.
He's got another gear he can flip on whenever he wants. He sees that green field and just, flips that switch, and there he goes.
And here is the handoff. Anderson, nice play fake there by Martinez.
Sure fooled me.
It fooled me good. Keeps it, runs to the far side, and DK Little in on the stop. As he stopped at the 10-yard line after a 2-yard gain. Bring up second down and 8. Well, the band continues to jam out over here on the near side, don't they? Band never quits. Talked about it earlier.
That's the one thing you gotta appreciate about the bands. They're always gonna have your back, and they're always gonna be playing because they love to play their instruments and they love music.
Yeah, they do.
That's what they're here for.
Yep. Second down and 8. Ball on the 10-yard line. Here's Martinez. In the backfield is Mario Debs. 2 receivers split to each side. Going to give it to Debs, and he is bottled up. Nice play there as 85, Stefan Reyes, senior defensive lineman, comes in and crashes a hole and drops Debs. May have got a yard, maybe.
But you do exactly what you wanted to do. I mean, it's third down and 8. You've taken another 4 minutes off the clock just in the last few plays because you're running the play clock down. You're keeping the ball inbounds and you're getting first downs. And, essentially taking this game and saying, this is ours. We like where it's at, and we're gonna get out of here with a W tonight.
May just be trying to square this thing up to give Cactus Jack a shot at a field goal. If anything, for a little game time practice.
Get a little extra work in that leg.
Here's Martinez, single receivers, looking to go to the air. He's got time, flings this one to Mazzola, complete at the 10. He's driven out of bounds there, no gain on the play. Has a nice coverage back there by DK Little once again.
Nice coverage, but yet still an effective play because you get some more throws under your belt if you're Martinez, and that was another great throw on the money, confidence builder, and that's what you want in an early season game like this.
And the clock stops with 1:26 remaining. 4th down and 7. The offense out on the field. And Martinez lines up out of the gun. 2 receivers to the near side, single receiver set to the far side. In the slot is Cox. Here's Martinez across the field. That one complete. That is probably going to be an incomplete pass. Let's say if that is complete, that's a first down right at the sticks, but it's incomplete. With 1:17 remaining, ball will go over on downs as he was looking to lay that one right into the coverage to the receiver. But again, a gutsy throw.
Gutsy throw, and he got it there, and the receiver had it, but it was a great defensive breakup there by the linebacker, I think, who got a helmet in there and knocked the ball free for the incomplete pass.
Well, and we are feeling, or not feeling it, we're seeing these winds pick up here at Georgetown. These flags are blowing around pretty hard, aren't they? I mean, you look over at the flags at half-staff over on the flagpole, and those ropes are getting strung out pretty good. The streamer's up on top of the goalposts. Huh.
Don't know where that came from, but really, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, somebody turned a fan on around here or something. 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Colson looking. Pressure. He throws from the end zone. This one out of bounds as he gets rid of it. Did have somebody close there as Jeremiah Knight was in close proximity. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 1:10 remaining. Again, big thanks. Mike Miller back at the KMAC broadcast studios tonight as he's been our quality assurance. Dr. Sang Kao, as always, twisting and tweaking the dials, making sure this thing sounds exactly the way we want it to sound for all of you out there. 2nd down play. Here is the handoff. A little bit of running room that quickly closes up, and just a great play there by the defense as on the stop that time, 45, DJ Hill, the junior. He's got some playing time in there.
Seems to be a reoccurring theme. Great stop by the defense.
Indeed. Did get a yard. 3rd down and 9. We're under a minute to go. Line of scrimmage is the 11.
As you can hear the war chant roll from the band over there.
Oh, and the band is here in force. We also got to give, we did it earlier, got to give a shout out to the student section over there. The tribe is there all in orange. Swing pass complete at the 15, turning upfield. That'll be a first down. Still on his feet, gets inside the 35, down to the 37, and then driven out of bounds on the reception. That was Devon Little. 20 seconds to go. Yeah, the student section showing up in force, and the band.
Everything you love about high school football right here tonight on opening night for us. Love it.
Swing pass complete once again. They've made a living out of that swing pass tonight. Here's Devon Little. And he runs. And that's a theme that we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
They run a long way.
For not a whole lot.
Yeah. East and west.
A lot of east and west, not a whole lot of north and south.
That will wrap it up. That is the final play. Man, you got to think it's a pretty good sign when you come out on your opening ball game and your defense is spot on and you watch your brand new offense emerge into a very nice machine tonight. Different phases, all there for Westwood. The final here from Birkelbach. Westwood wins 38-21 over Eastview. Nice game. We'll break it down. We'll come back. We'll go to our Central Texas scoreboard presented by Whataburger, and we'll preview Austin High. Warriors win 38-21. Westwood football continues in a moment.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? We're like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
WWSN, the Westwood Warriors Sports Network, powered by KMAX Sports. Final in Game 1 from Birkelbach Field in Georgetown. Westwood wins 38-21 over the Eastview Patriots as we bring you back here to our broadcast position. And what a game. It starts out, and we set the tone at the beginning of the ball game. We said the defense was probably going to be pretty strong. Well, we didn't know what was going to happen with the offense. Well, a little bit of a struggle with some of the new guys, but then it's lights out from there.
Oh, I mean, as soon as as soon as your quarterback settles in and really starts to make the throws, it's easy to turn around and hand the ball off to the dynamic playmakers that you have in Nate Anderson and Mario Debs, right? It's super easy to let them go off and do their thing. But whenever your quarterback starts making the right throws, on-target throws, and giving, going and running himself and showing, hey, follow me, it's real nice. And you put up 38 points, you're going to take that most weeks, especially with a defense like this that essentially held this Eastview team to 7 points. They put up 2 touchdowns late in the game on turnovers and one of the drives that was very good.
Yeah.
But really just an overall great first game from the Warriors out here tonight. They proved a lot of things to themselves. They found some flaws that need to be worked on. And other than that, you go on, you be happy about this win tonight and get ready to move on and jump on to the next one.
Absolutely, and a great way to start the season because, as we said, and I did notice it in my conversation with Anthony during the week that he did seem, you can tell a lot in the body language of these coaches, maybe a little bit of concern or whatever, but he did seem very upbeat and very confident. And this team came out, and you can tell that they've been working hard, and Westwood is, it seems, again, one game is not an indication of the season, but Anthony Wood's staffs, they've always seemed to have taken players when they are very young and they mold them into really good football players. And they're following suit right here because that's exactly what they've done here tonight. Again, the final 38-21 as Westwood wins. Quickly, let's take a look there. And you're watching a pretty good game over there.
Yeah, I've got my eyes glued here to the Wimberley-Burnett game right now. Looks like just about 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, tied at 25 apiece. Burnett has the ball on Wimberley 12-yard line.
Wow.
So looking for a strong defensive stand there from the Texans. But something I mentioned to you just a second ago while we were at break, we mentioned it earlier on the game, how nice it is to have someone like Cactus Jack Elliott at your kicker who is kicking extra points and field goals true every time.
Yeah.
Both Burnett and Wimberley have missed 2 extra points in this game so far, and if one of those goes through for either team, it could easily be It could easily be the deciding factor.
For sure. What a week 1 matchup, and that's the cool thing about it. We've got some really good week 1 matchups here. I mean, not a lot of pancake games happening around here. Let's quickly take a look. Game still in progress. LBJ leads Elgin 34-21 is your score there. Lockhart, the old alma mater, they are all over Travis 54-7. The game there. Dripping Springs leads Kerrville Tivy. That is 48-31. We'll just stay within the area here. 13-6A action. McNeil leads Del Valle. That is trails Del Valle 36-33. Conley and Austin High, they're in a shootout over at House Park. Austin leads 49-41 with 53 seconds to go in that game right there. That one's going to come down to the wire. We're going to keep it short. We could stay here all night reading off some of these. Let's take a look at the final scores tonight. Big one over in the San Antonio area as Churchill beats Clark by a score of 28-21. A&M consolidated over Colleen Ellison. That is 48-7. Stephen beats Champion. That's in the San Antonio area, 21-7 on that ball game there. Again, the surprise to me tonight, and again, this is nothing, not a slam against Vandegrift, but Vandegrift beats Cedar Park 29-13. I mean, not only did they win that ball game, but they seemed to be in control most of the night of that game. So what a start for Vandegrift as they now move into 13-6A. Rouse over Vista Ridge, 34-13. Stony Point beats Killeen by a score of 21-14 in that contest. Let's go down. Lehman falls to Canyon, the Canyon Cougars. That is a 51-17 ball game there. The Battle of Hayes County, the Hayes Rebels beat the San Marcos Rattlers 28-17. Brenham falls hard to Magnolia West 61-21. Big tough loss there. O'Connor beats Cibolo Steel, a rare early season loss for Cibolo Steel. 21-14 is the score on that one. Round Rock beats Harker Heights 36-7. Nice start for the Dragons. Aikens over Crockett 28-8. Westlake over Belton 38-17. New Braunfels falls to Alamo Heights 34-24. The Schulenburg Shorthorns over Stockdale 33-10 is your score on that one. Of course, you can get all of your scoring updates at KMAX Sports on Twitter, and also I highly recommend, very highly recommend, to download the Fox Sports Football Friday app. That's what we use here in the WWSN booth, and it will give you a score from all over the place. You can go statewide and get your scores. So, Stephen, man, what a debut. I mean, not in the team, for yourself. I mean, that, man,
I feel like I was feeding off the energy from the team.
Right?
They came to play, so I decided I might as well come to play as well. I really appreciate you guys having me out here.
Absolutely. They're going to go back and listen to this, and I'm sure that I'm probably going to get a call Sunday or Monday from the Booster Club, and they're going to say, you need to bring that guy back because, I mean, he brought luck that we haven't had, like that for a while. So impressive performance for the team and for yourself. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here, man. This is going to be fun.
Oh,
this
yeah.
This is going to be fun.
I'm excited to do more. I'm excited to get out here more on Fridays. I love college football, and this is a team that I can definitely get behind. I had a lot of fun tonight. Real exciting young players out there that we get to watch, and nothing beats sitting under the lights watching Texas high school football.
Good way to spend a Friday night. Very good way to spend a Friday night. Again, thanks to WarriorSports.org, the Westwood Warrior Football Booster Club, for having us back for yet another season. This is fun stuff, and thanks to our sponsors, ATX Football, the Austin Youth Football League, Fabulous Affairs Catering, Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery, Flicks Brew House, Nasal and Sinus Centers of Austin, Torchy's Tacos right there at FM 620 and Anderson Mill, as well as Whataburger right there at FM 620 and Lake Creek Parkway. Thanks to all of those sponsors. WarriorSports.org if you or your business would like to be a part of that fine list right there. Game time next week, 7:30 once again, a home game at Dragon Stadium, taking on the Austin High Maroons. That's going to be a fun one right there too. That will be a great matchup, as Coach Mike Rosenthal will bring his group to Round Rock to take on Anthony Wood and the Warriors. And again, the final, 38-21. A big thanks to Mike Miller back at the KMAC Sports Studios, as he was on the QA duties tonight. Again, we got to thank our man Chuck Licata.
Hey, folks.
President of KMAC Sports, as well as Merle Bertrand, Director of Programming. Christina Weber, our social media director, as well as Suna Venkat and Tim Cox for being a part of the business plan as well. Stephen Kabler, man, open door anytime. You come back and you be a part of this team, because this is fun. This is a whole lot of fun.
Well, I appreciate that. And, count me in for as much as I can be out here. Absolutely.
You betcha. Dr. Sankow twisting and tweaking the knobs as usual, making sure this thing is like a BMW, a well-oiled machine, is what this was tonight. I see the wheels turning.
Absolutely. I mean, it's easy when you got great cast up here, and then the Westwood Warriors, just a complete package tonight.
Yeah, they really were. Warriorsports.org. Follow along with the team throughout the week. 7:15 your pregame from Dragon Stadium next week. 7:30 your kickoff as the Warriors take on Austin High. For all of our group here, for the Westwood Warrior Athletic Booster Club, my name is Rodney Rodriguez. We will see you from Dragon Stadium next Friday night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
See you.